So there's the big news that was just announced like 2 hours ago. The next English set after Chaos Rising. So our next set will be out on July 16th in TCG Live, which is perfect because I was really worried because I'm taking my vacation to Foot Island with For the Win at the end of July. So this gives me about 10 days to play decks. So I was really, really worried that, it'd be like July 30th or something you would come out and that'd be in the middle of when I'm getting trust For the Win's licking my feet clean after we have a mud bath together. But no, it's going to be the Mega Darkrai set will be out on Thursday, July 16th in TCG Live. So it'll be another like 80 card set. We don't know the name yet, but this is really good. It gives me full 10 days. I'll be able to play like 9 decks in those 10 days. That'll be it for all the new decks. And then I can go on my vacation. We'll get a new set in September, October, November. It'll be great. And it'll be a great end to the year. But today we're playing Doublade. So I didn't have any time to test because I wanted to hit level 401 on stream, and I'm one game away from doing that because I wanted you all to bask in I wanted to baste you in all my glory holes. So we did all that, and I'll get a YouTube short up about celebrations very soon. But yeah, so Doublade, they better make it good. Well, I mean, look at Mega Pyroar. If you haven't seen Mega Pyroar, it has literally done nothing in Japan. It is kind of impressive how little this has done. Like, it hasn't even won a small tournament in Japan, let alone a bigger tournament. It'll be Grass Week. I mean, yeah, I don't know which I'd prefer, to be honest. I don't honestly know what I'd prefer. Like, fighting is bad because of Mega Lucario, but grass is bad because of Teal Master Oderpon and Beedrill and Arbalova. So I don't think they can make Mega Darkrai playable because it'll either have a fighting or a darkness weakness. And there's just no shot, right? There's just no shot. Because you're either going to be weak to one of the top 2 decks or weak to one of the top 3 decks. And yeah, chat's just jammed up right now. All right, let's just jump into it. I have literally 7 different builds. There's no way to do this properly. And yeah, Mega can't make it metal weakness. Yeah, unless it's ability, unless they give us like protective goggles again, but even if they give us protective goggles, that's not going to change anything. So yeah, if you didn't see the tweet, they finally tweeted out the Perfect Order 20. Oh, I guess somebody already used the command. They finally tweeted out Perfect Order 26 as the code. I told you about that about 2 weeks ago. So they're 2 weeks behind. The goggles, they do nothing. All right, well, here we go. We can win this one. As long as I don't prize Trolley and we have a playable starting hand. Well, we don't have a playable starting hand and we're facing Alakazam. Great. And they're going first. So this is an auto loss. Yeah, I don't think I can win this game because look at my hand. Okay, so they're out of enriching energy. They got it. They're wearing a bra though, which is really bad. I don't think there's any chance I win. I mean, the one good piece of news is that they have a bad start. The bad piece of news is that I don't have anything going on either. So as long as they don't have Rare Candy Knockout, we'll be fine. If they have Rare Candy Knockout, we do lose the game, but I have a knockout of the Shaman next turn. And maybe I can tank a hit or something. Maybe I can tank a hit or do something, but this is just the worst matchup. You're supposed to get your Trolley turn 1. If I get Trolley turn 1, like this deck is supposed to... Well, we're starting off the game with a loss because I literally can't do anything. It's going to be Clan Burglar. That is great news. Okay, let's just get out of here. There's no point. We already know how this is going to end. And I want to hit level 401 on a win. I don't want to hit it on a loss. So yeah, that was embarrassing. That was this deck in a nutshell. But look at this. I play 2 Pokegear, 3 Transceiver, 3 Petrol, and a Precious Trolley, and a Tatsugiri. I play everything. Everything you need to win with this deck is in the deck. And then I get an unplayable starting hand, because of course I do. But yeah, just thinking about it, it's Mega Darkrai is either going to have a fighting or a grass weakness. I mean, you can say that, like, oh, Mega Kangaskhan is good. Well, that's the character limit, Clan Burglar. The character limit got me. So it's like Mega Kangaskhan has a fighting weakness, but you don't play Mega Kangaskhan as your main attacker anymore. You know, you play it with Lily's Clefairy, right? You play Kangaskhan with Clefairy and Teal Mask. What the hell is all this? What is happening? All right, well, Psyduck, I choose you. Okay, so I don't... If this is Festival Grounds, we probably lose. Yep, and then it's back-to-back losses. See, when you face good decks, it's a problem. Zonzo. So I should never do that. So you watch forever. You know, you're not even subscribed. I see that Prime you know, logo next to your name, and I don't even get it. All right, I mean, we got the transceiver. Watch me finally get the petrol for a transceiver, then trolley shows it. Then I prize the trolley. Hey, we got the trolley. All right, and we're getting anything from the trolley, I guess. So it's very weird how you have to do this. I think we go Genesect. No, it has to be... Okay, so I have a Honedge, I have a Beldum. I have a Psyduck. I kind of want them to knock out the Psyduck. So then I think it should be one Honedge. I think. Right, then we go one Beldum. And then just thin out the deck as much as possible. Let them knock out the Psyduck. Let's get Doublade. Wow, we prized a couple things. That's fine. So I think the way that I have to handle this is to go into the Genesect next turn, because it has a grass resistance. So I think what I do is I go into the Genesect. So we attach to the Genesect. Genesect is actually probably going to win us this game, which means this is not a Doublade deck because we're facing a single prize deck. There's Testadrill Festival. I mean, oh, and they just have the lilies. Okay, that's great. But I can't risk losing too many things. So yeah, this is not going to be a YouTube game, right? Yeah, this is just not going to be a YouTube game because the only way I'm winning is if I attack with Genesect, right? Like, obviously they can't one-shot a Doublade, which is good, but they also can't one-shot a Genesect, which is even better. But I also don't have a supporter for next turn, and they have everything. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. But we're over 1,500, which is a big problem. And I have to remember, if we get more than 300 experience from this game... Well, that's the only way you play... This version plays no ignition, so this is the Matang build. But I think the thing with Doublade is you can't beat other single prize decks. I think I mentioned this in one of the in probably the best decks video, is that you can't really win against a single prize deck with this because it takes a lot of setup. But against pretty much any mega deck you can think of, this will win. Against a lot of EX decks, this will also win. As long as they can't just go boss Genesect, boss Pheasantipity, you will be fine. All right, I mean, we'll send up the Genesect. Obviously, they're going to attack again. They probably have like a maximum belt or something. With resistance and protect charge, we are kind of okay. There's a transceiver. Didn't really want that, but I mean, I guess we take it. I guess I take it just to thin out the deck. No, we're going to go winless against single prize decks. All right, so let's go Petrol. What do you even want in this situation? I guess just a Team Rocket's Factory just to bump their Festival Grounds. Because this way I can at least draw 2 cards. And watch them both be Metal Energy because PDCGL hates me. Watch them just both be Metal Energy because PDCGL is just having a laugh at my expense. All right, well, please do not be 2 Metal Energy. That's all I'm asking of you. Do not be Metal Energy. We got 1 Metal Energy. That's bad. Okay, just 1 metal off of this. That's all I need. Okay, well, we're going to have to go retreat into you. Retreat into that guy. I'm going to have to put the Honedge down. Then we have to sacrifice the Tatsugiri. Oh, cool! Why do I put this card in my decks? Why do I put the card in the deck? I don't even know why I put Tatsugiri in my decks. Let's just again, I don't want this to end this way. Okay, we're gonna face a multi-prize deck eventually. Okay, we're gonna face a multi-prize deck at some point. Yeah, so I'm 250, 245 away from getting there. Let's just grab these two real quick. As long as we can face a multi-prize deck, we'll be fine. That's it. No, the check didn't bounce. Did you notice that the top two comments on... Oh, wow, we're facing somebody good. Did you see the top two comments on the drops tweet from the TCG Live account where no pilot, no likey? So they tweeted, you know, watch these streamers to get free drops, and it was like, I wasn't mentioned. Are they? No, they're not. But I did... Okay, they're going first. That's good. So I did put up the 2026 new player guide. 100% light ratio, by the way. This would have been the perfect starting hand. 100% light ratio. Just want to point that out. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this hand, especially when we're going second. So yeah, it was just, I wanted to make it quick and dirty. So obviously, oh, okay, well, as long as they have a Mewtwo in there, we're fine. This should do it. This should be our game. Because they will struggle a little, they will struggle like a tiny bit to knock out my, yeah, there's Proton, to knock out my Doublade with a Spidops. Because they'll have to have a full, they'll have to have what, 5? 4 won't do it. They'll have to have 5 Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. So that'll be kind of okay. Wait, what do you mean they don't respect me? Yes. What about my comment? I say Amy's the best. What's wrong with Pumpkin Amy? Amy's awesome. What do I say about Pumpkin Amy? It's what I say about the game and, you know, how I point out everything wrong with the game. As long as I didn't prize Precious Trolley, this should be a win. Okay, we didn't prize Precious Trolley, but fun fact, I can't grab the boss's orders because you can probably hear that. I can grab everything but the boss's orders. Not that I was going to grab boss's orders, but just that's what you notice. All right, so we want to go for Genesect, Beldum, Hodor. I think I can hold off on the Fez. I mean, the Tatsugiri's probably getting knocked out, so let's just go for a full spread of cheeks here. Let's just pretend like these are cheeks and fully spread them. Yeah, I said Hodor. All right, let's grab... I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're not going to do anything this turn. I should probably get just double Matang or something. Because they're not going to do anything this turn that I'm terribly worried about. What are they going to do? Giovanni and take a knockout? That's not going to happen. They are not going to be able to Giovanni and knock out my Genesect. That's literally impossible with what they are showing me. The only way they can knock out Genesect this turn is if they have Giovanni, Mewtwo, Ultra Ball, Energy Switch, Team Rocket's Energy. Not happening. This dude's surviving a turn. Guaranteed. And there we go. Wait, are they wasting a Team Rocket's energy just to knock out a Tatsugiri? That doesn't seem worth it. So that's good. I did not go for a Fez. So I do have to make a choice here. I think the choice is pretty simple. I think my duty is clear here. I just double evolve into Matang, put the Genesect down, put an air balloon on Genesect, obviously, and then just double Matang first, because I can't really risk the Biscuit here. Because the reason I grabbed double Matang is because I knew I was going to Lilies. I mean, I have 3 freaking Lilies in hand. I knew it was going to be a Lily's turn, so you don't want to preemptively get your, Hone Edge, or sorry, your Doublade and your Aegislash. I mean, I could have grabbed Doublade, but quiet. Okay, so you want to make sure you get your Lilies, and then you'll be totally, totally fine. And wait, nah, crap. Where's where's your good cards, bro? Where are your good cards? Is this seriously going to be another Genesect game? I just conceded against Festival Grounds. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to have to bounce between my Matang or my Genesect, because that's fun. So we'll just bounce between Genesect. I'm going to... We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens off a baby... There's 11 energy in the deck. Oh my god! There's 11 energy in the deck and we just got nothing. Okay, well, you're getting that one. All right, there's 11 energy in the deck and we just failed twice. So, Genesect, you're going to have to take a hit for the team. Okay, that's great. May as well put the battle cage down. Well, let's just get all the things out of the deck. Oh man, this is a great game. Okay, so I think it is worth it to evolve this Doublade. I will explain my reasoning very, very soon. Not that, good plays and reasoning make sense in this game. Okay, so this Pokemon can't use attacks the following turn, which is kind of pathetic. But the thing, oh no, if they have a full field of 6, it doesn't matter because this dude only has 150 hit points. What? Why do stage 2s have... Why doesn't this have 160 hit points? Right? Why can't they make stage 2 slightly better to help out the matchup? That would make my life so much easier, but yeah, I don't think we're winning this one. And Jagbomb, that's a Clam Burglar level tweet, or Clam Burglar level comment right there. All right, well, they're going for the Doublade, and this is going to be 3rd loss in a row here. But the good news is that I can finally enact my Genesect strategy, because they can't one-shot a Genesect unless they have a Team Rocket's Mewtwo. And as soon as they put a Team Rocket's Mewtwo into play, we'll be fine. Oh, God. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. I'm going to thin out everything from the deck, even though that's not the correct play. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I'm just going to Pokegear for whatever. Yeah, we'll get the Petrol. So let's go Petrol, get something else out of the deck. May as well go for the Team Rocket's Factory. Wait, do they already have one in play? They already have one in... Wait, that was a Battle Cage. Damn it. I thought that would be fine. All right, so let's go and get the Brave Bangle. No, yes? No, we go get the Transceiver for the Petrol, because we want to thin out the deck as much as possible because PDCGL hates me. How many energy we got? We only have 7. All right, well, this will be fine because we're going to get 3 off of these. Thank you. Thank you. That's literally all I needed. All right, so let's go 1, 2, and then 3. And then I don't want to evolve that Hone Edge just in case. But yeah, this is just going to be a Genesect game again. Oh, goody. All right, well, let's do the thing. Yeah, let's get the last dude out of the deck, I guess. You know what? Maybe we can masterfully bait them. Maybe they'll go for the Doublade and think that's a smart play when it's actually not. But we've already learned that this is not going to be a game where Trust Your Pilot puts this on YouTube. We already know this is not a YouTube game because bad things are happening. And I think I have to go after the Sneasel because they can clean up a Genesect with this. So this isn't... There's no Mewtwo in here. There has to be a Mewtwo in here. There absolutely has to be a Mewtwo in this deck. There's no way there's no Mewtwo in this deck. But I don't play Judge. I don't play Zerosic. Obviously, Trolley is the A-spec and not Unfair Stamp. We'll get to a win. I guarantee we'll get to a win at some point. Okay, that cinches it. We have to knock out the Sneasel. I think. But then again, knocking out the dude is also good because they have to put the Genesect on the bench, right? Because it doesn't hit your active. So they have to use Giovanni. As long as I just keep tanking with the Genesect and the active, we'll be fine. Kilometers had no one to watch. Well, the way this is going, I wish I had streamed yesterday because we probably would have had decent matchups, but it's been 3 single prize decks in a row. That is unheard of. 3 single prize decks in a row, all of them in Master League above 1500. And kilometers, I'm sorry. Okay, well, let's just petrol again, I guess. Go and get the... Don't want to give him the factory. I guess I can just play with my balls or something. No, we'll get the energy recycler. All right, well, yep, that expected that. Saw that one coming. All right, there's an energy. So we go attach to you, and then as long as they don't have a Giovanni, they can't really do a whole lot next turn because they didn't charge up this guy. Yeah, I mean, I have 7 different lists. You know, this is a Precious Trolley one. I don't believe in Trolley because I hate having to petrol. I hate having to Pokegear and Transceiver for petrol and then hope your trolley's not prized. It's just not cool in my books. So we're going to try to avoid that. And Sunny, we'll give him some of that Sunny D. Huh? That'll perk him right up. Give him some of that Sunny D. Give him Sunny's D. Hey, you want some of Sunny's D? Open your mouth. I'll put it right in there. All right, they got it. That's fine. And they got Proton. There's the Mewtwo. Okay, so they're obviously going to Ariana next turn. So I think we just lose the game. Right? I don't see a world where we win this one because because they're just going to knock out my Genesect with their Mewtwo. So let's just protect charge and let them have their way with me. Yeah, that's what I hate about Trolley is you have to spend so many resources, so much time. Your deck has to run Petrol and Transceiver and Pokegear just to get the Trolley, and if it's prized, you lose. And it's like, I'd rather just have lilies and consistency than hope for my one card to be able to get it up. Did they just attach a grass to the Mewtwo? But the problem here is that I have to hope they can't find another Giovanni, which they obviously have at least one more of. Thank you, never let me down. But even then, right? Even then, I'm like, I have Lilies as my other supporter. It should be like Morty's or something, obviously. Reprint Gladion. But then you'd hope you prize it, right? If they reprinted Gladion, they'd be like, I hope I prize it. That's what my YouTube channel's for. You can just copy and paste it and pretend like you came up with it yourself. And I haven't seen the response to my newest YouTube short saying Chaos Rising is going to suck, but I assume it's 100% positive and everyone agrees with me. But I looked at the results from the Osaka D's Nuts tournament. Literally 2 cards are in the top 16. So Special Red card is in pretty much every top 16 deck. Thank you, TQ. I appreciate you. But pretty much every deck in the top 16, except for like Alakazam, has Special Red card. Okay, and then it was like 1 copy of Prism Tower was in another random deck, and that was it. And if that's true, you're banned. Just want to point that out. If that is true, you are banned from the channel. All right, so boss is this guy. I have to retreat. So we want to retreat first, go into the Doublade. And then energy recycler, all the energy back in. Okay, and I want to go... Actually, I don't really need to do anything, right? I guess I can just Night Stretcher. I can just Night Stretcher for a... Probably a Doublade makes the most sense here. I mean, you just check out my video, right? Just check out Trust Your Pilot's best new Perfect Order decks video. All right, here we go. Probably should Pokegear because there's no way they're using There's no way they're using Archer next turn, right? There's no way they're using Archer, and we're guaranteed to get at least 2 energy. There we go. We got at least 2 energy. Oh, that was very close. That was almost a disaster. We almost lost everything. And Amkinzo, I think I found the IRL player. I think we found the IRL player. Because it's already rotated out on PTCGL. You must be an IRL. You have the Giovanni. You have... What's the thumbs down? You give a thumbs up. You give a... Everyone knows you give a sarcastic thumbs up. Everyone knows that's what you do. All right, they have erased my balls. My balls have been erased. All right, we are 0-3 to start. Oh, no. Okay, okay, that was my bad. It's level 401 where all the good stuff happens. We hit Prestige 4. We're level 401. The award is... Wait, what? You get... Where's the reward for Prestige 4? You get nothing for hitting level 400 and Prestige 4 times? I am in the top 1% of the 1% and they give me nothing? I thought rich people were supposed to get all the cool stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, your reward. Yeah, I totally biffed that one. So there we go. We hit Prestige 4. The moment has arrived. Yeah, you don't even get anything for hitting Prestige 4. It's just like, hey, Prestige 4. Yeah, it just resets to 0. Such a great game, isn't it? All right, I will go first. We're going to get the raw trolley guaranteed. We did not get the raw trolley. We did not get petrol either, but we got lilies. So as long as they're not playing Lucario, we'll be fine. As long as they're not playing Lucario, we'll be totally fine. Oh my god. Okay, as long as they don't have Air Balloon, Lunatone, Solrock, Energy, we will survive this turn and we will win the game because there's nothing they can do. You know, they're playing the optimal Makuhita art, which is great. And Endorse, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, what? What? No! I'm gonna win now. I don't want to win. I wanted this to be a good game. And Lena, thank you. All right, well, if you won't take the win, I'll take the win. We're gonna get our first win of the day, baby. You know, we gotta get off to a good start here. But Lena, welcome back. What'd you bring me? What'd you bring back for me? And we prized the trolley. The game. I could have complained so much about prizing the damn trolley, but no, we had to go and win. After I hit level 401, which is Prestige 4, even though 400 should be Prestige 4. Kinky Squirrel, welcome in. You're about to witness history. Am I muted? No, I think you must have accidentally slipped because you said your feet were lotioned, right? So you must have accidentally slipped. Yeah, well deserved. Well deserved victory. I worked so hard for that one. Okay, so this will be the last one with this version of the deck. We'll go to the Stevens Metagross. No, we'll go to the non-trolley one, I think. Hey, whatever you want to do to your squirrels, I don't Okay, this is an interesting start. Hey, if you want to 69 your squirrels, I'm okay with it. All right, this is... I mean, I don't hate this. We do potentially have a turn 2 knockout of a Monkey Dory. Like, that's something that we can maybe... Kinzo, I have 7 lists. This is the first one of the day. Oh, God, it's Zygarde. Mr. Darkside, the problem with that is that you have to have another single prize deck. Are you kidding me? We have not faced a single multi-prize deck with this is game number 5. We have only faced single prize decks. I don't even understand how that's possible. But no, I have 7 different lists. This is list 1. Okay, you know what? I'm about to clap this person's cheeks. I don't even care. We're gonna go... Should I go triple Hone Edge? Probably triple Hone Edge. Why not? I don't care. This is our 5th single prize deck in a row. Who even cares about life anymore? We have the knockout, which is great. I don't even have to do anything and we have the knockout, which is even better. It's better when you just lie there and let them do all the work, right? All right, so we'll attach to you. I want to hopefully get an energy here. Good. So we have the knockout of the Monkey Dory. The problem is going to be knocking out the Okie Dokie every single turn. Because this dude's going to have 230 hit points. But most likely, hopefully, maybe their ace spec is just going to be unfair, not unfair, legacy energy instead of unfair stamp. If it's unfair stamp, we're screwed. If it's legacy energy, we'll be okay. But for those of you who don't know, Okie Dokie becomes a 230 hit point monster with 170 damage attack. I will have to take 7 prizes if they play legacy energy, but it looks like they're bricked up, like me after watching a For the Win stream. Oh yeah, they're so bricked up right now. Yeah, they, so our only 2 wins of the game are going to be because my opponent got bricked up. That's just the way I drew it up, right? That's the way you always draw it up, is just let your opponent fail. That's the entire strategy with this deck, is just let your opponent fail the game. All right, well, let's, I guess we just petrol for the trolley and go from there. Actually, let's just go for Team Rocket's Factory. I don't need the trolley yet. You know, we can at least draw a couple extra cards. And Zeus, welcome in. Everything's going terribly. I hope you're enjoying me suffer. All right, well, we can knock out the Okie Dokie pretty easily. 1 of 7. 1 of 7. And Zeus, yeah, you gotta get so bricked up. Vishwa, I don't need... we've already won. I'm 2 prizes ahead. They can't one-shot my Genesect. I've already won the game. So there's... Oh, of course. Of course you bumped my stadium with your 1 stadium that you top-decked. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we do take the knockout. I think I might have to go and get Sacred Ass. Right? Do I need to eat some Sacred Ass? I think I might have to, right? Because well, let me petrol first and see if we have to eat it. No, I can go get some Doublade, so we're fine. We're fine. And Mewtwo, thank you for the sub. I can just go get Fez and Hone Edge. The problem there is that Mega Camerupt sucks. I'm sorry to say the problem with Mega Camerupt is that it sucks. And that's the reason why it's not working. I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. All right, well, let's yeah, just attach to the hone edge and keep disappointing myself, I guess. All right, let's attach to you. Let's attach to you. Just get everything out of the deck. 300, win the game. Easy clap. The only way we're winning these games is because everything keeps failing for our opponent. Press 1 if we're actually going to face a multi-prize deck next. Press 2 if PDCGL hates me. Yeah, all of the fire-type megas are bad, which is kind of ironic because there's no good water-type Pokemon right now. And you're probably thinking, well, you should probably... Bait Nap, thank you. You should probably just boss the Okie Dokie. It doesn't make any... Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to boss the Okie Dokie. That match was not beautiful. I can tell you that right now. That match was not beautiful. And you've seen Obama Snow? Isn't Obama... yeah, but Obama takes one-shots no matter what. So you don't need to worry about a water weakness when Obama can just destroy you anyway. Okay, I'm writing this person's name down. I forgot to switch decks. It doesn't matter because we're still going to face a single prize deck. But I'm writing their name down because I'm that confident that we're going to get a playable game here. I won the coin flip. It cannot be bad. But Starmie doesn't take one-shots, right? Starmie isn't designed to take one-shots. Okay, as long as we didn't prize the trolley, this will be a win. Like, Starmie's whole thing is that it's designed to, you know, work alongside Mega Frostlass. Like, what I'm trying to say is we don't have, like, a Chen Pao, right? There's no Chen Pao winning the format right now. It's like, Starmie and Mega Frostlass, those are good, but I don't classify them as water decks because they don't rely on weakness to take knockouts, right? If you have 8 cards in your hand, oh my god! Baymax, that was on the list that I sometimes had, but I just decided to go with more basic versions. Okay, as long as we didn't prize the trolley, the game is already over. I'm not even going to check. We're just going to go get the petrol. Oh, yeah, as long as we didn't prize the trolley, the game is over. I have already won because Jellicent, it does not matter because I can get all of my energy. I just have to make sure I do this properly. So it should probably just be 1 Genesect. 1 Genesect, 2 Beldum. Or, I mean, I already have a Hone Edge in my hand. But they attached an energy, so most likely the Tatsugiri is getting knocked out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Transceiver for Petrol. I'm going to Genesect. And then I'm going to, yeah, go grab, I guess, oh man, we prized a couple things. We grab both of those, and then we attract some customers, like we're working the street corner on a Saturday night. Okay, here we go. We got lilies. This is pretty good. And then we attach to the Hone Edge, and then end turn. So in terms of first turns, that was amazing. We didn't prize the trolley. We got the petrol. I just hate how you stall out after... Oh, okay. This is how it's gonna go, isn't it? This is how it's gonna be today. It's gonna be one of those days, apparently. I have to evolve into Metang. We only need 2 energy, and we do win the game if they don't have a Jellicent. Okay, wait, why do they have a water energy? Okay, this is probably bad. I have a bad feeling about this. But if they don't bench anybody, we can take the win next turn if I just lilies into a Pheasant Skibidi, right? Because they're going to knock out the Tatsugiri. That's really good, so I just win the game. And if you're wondering why I'm 2-3, it's because we face 5 single prize decks in a row. That is the only reason why things have gone terribly, is because I'm only facing single prize decks. This cannot beat a single prize deck. As much as I want to beat off single prizers, I can't. You know, unless they stall for a turn. All right, we just need 1 energy. We got 2. That is great. All right, and let's try again. Try to thin the deck a little bit more. Great. So we want to attach there. I do have to be a little careful because we know that they have the thingy thing. Actually, No, I don't have it, right? Because I can't play items, I don't have it. So we just have to hope that we either get a Genesect or a couple... There we go. We just have to hope we get a Genesect or a couple things in the line. That's it. And this still has to be a couple things in the line. There we go. We even got the Brave Bangle. Not that I can use it. Oh, actually, we don't got it because I can't attach the Brave Bangle. Fantastic. Fan-flippin-tastic. Well, let's do 240. And just reveal all the things. Oh, man. Well, the good news is we got trolleyed up. They weren't able to item lock us, but this seems to be another uncompetitive game. That's pretty much what it's been all for the first 45 minutes that I've been playing this deck. It's either been Alakazam, Festival Lead, or I can't remember. Oh, it was like a Team Rocket's Mewtwo where they didn't play Mewtwo, and they absolutely hosed me. Yes, I understand you're playing Crushing Hammer. Very good. I understand. That's why I put 3 energy on the Doublade. You have to bosses. You have Hilda. Are you seriously about to Ignition Energy? Okay. That's fine. This is the downside of Jellicent, is that it does 80 damage. So they're going to go get a couple Frillish, which is bad for me. Because I kind of have to rely on Energy Recycler. There's only 12 Metal Energy in the deck, and I have to rely on Energy Recycler. This might just be a pure Jellicent deck. The good news is they're not knocking out the Doublade in the active, and they don't have a Jellicent powered up for next turn. So I'm not quite sure what their strat is going to be here, other than hoping that I have prized all of my, you know, Doublade and Aegislash, which apparently I have. Let's just show them one. I only have one. But you can see how good this deck is against other multi-prize decks, because it kind of just runs itself. Once you get that turn 1 trolley, the deck just kind of runs itself because you have Genesect to get your evolutions. So if they judge you or unfair stamp you, you just use Genesect to get your evolutions back. You preferably want to have 2. But I went for the 1-shot and, oh. They don't want to sacrifice. They clearly don't have stamp or judge. Okay, you have to have a Latias, though. If you want to attack with the Jellicent on the bench, you have to have a Latias, unless they're just going for the knockout with the Frillish. Which is fine, because I have my Pheasant Skibidi. Oh, they have Stamp! Fantastic! Alright, well, that's good. And, well, the deck is designed to get the turn 1 trolley. But yeah, this is not going on the YouTube. This is just not a fun game. I'm going to win, but this is just not an interesting, fun game. Oh, man. Oh, cool. Another Crushing Hammer. Let me guess. This one. Okay, good. So what I could actually do here is I could put up the Fez. Oh, they might have an attack this turn. Yeah, it's a very boring card. Hey, you can't do anything. You know those tools and items you like to use? You can't. So what I could definitely do is just put up the Pheasantipity, but I don't think I'm going to get 3 energy. The odds of me getting 3 energy are very, very low. And, I mean, I can guarantee a knockout. I have a guaranteed knockout on this thing. As long as I get 1 energy. That's it. So I think we go Fez first. And we go Fez first, just to see what happens. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess we Petrol for the Team Rocket's Factory. Petrol for Factory. Because I do have my tools this turn. Mark, there's a flaw in that strategy. there's a glaring flaw in that strategy you have proposed to me. All right, so we got 1. Boom. And I guess I should have done this first. So I need Doublade, Aegislash. And then I can go Doublade. They can't knock it out unless they have another Crispin. And yeah, I want to wait. Okay, so I guess I want to put the Air Balloon on the Genesect. And then Weaponized Swords. Obviously, we knock out the Frillish. And then we knock out the Jellicent next turn. And we'll be fine. Kinzo, I won the first 2 ever PDCGL tournaments and then retired because I was too good. So I retired from, I'm the #1 PDCGL player of 2022, so I just retired after that. Yeah, you retire when you're on top. Just like, that's why my ex-wife divorced me. All right, so the reason is I was item locked. I would have loved to Night Stretcher for a Hone Edge, but I was item locked. I think even if they do find a Crispin, that's not very good because I can just potentially get it all next turn, even though I think I prized everything. Okay, so if they have an Ignition Energy, we might be screwed. Yeah, I mean, you don't see anyone else winning any Trust Your Feet tournaments. I won the first 2. What was it? I can't remember what I won the first one was, but I think the second one was Giratina Lost Box. That was back when it was cool to play that deck and you weren't considered a degenerate. And Mountain Llama, thank you for the sub. I don't know what the thought process is. Crustle. Always play Crustle. Always be crusty. That's what, what would Krusty do? That's what my poster above my bed says next to my poster for the win. Wait, are there any llama Pokemon? There's giraffe Pokemon. Arceus is a llama? I don't know about that one. Arceus is not a llama, okay? Arceus is a horse. All the things are horses. All right, there's a Beldum. I mean, Battle Cage doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm petroling, so we may as well get the bosses. Bulbasaur is not a llama. No, Bulbasaur is not a llama. It is a frog. And the reason I'm not attaching my energies is because they might try to boss trap somebody. So if you're wondering, but Poilet, why aren't you attaching your energies? Because if I over attach, they're just going to boss somebody and I could get trapped. Just like my current girlfriend is doing with the baby. Well, it took, what, 8, 9 generations to get our first dolphin Pokemon? Okay, well, there we go. They don't have another stupid thingy thing. We'll be fine. I can just attack them twice with Handy Fan. Lunar Shade? Oh my god! Ah, there you go. That's what you get. That's what you get, Jellicent player, going 1 for 4 on coin flips. That's what you, and they concede. The immediate concede. The absolute concede of disappointment. Okay, well, clearly this build of the deck is cursed, so we're going to skip that one. Let's just go back to regular old Matang. I put a Klefki in here. We got Cyrano as well for some reason. Yeah, that's my question is, what would they have, would they have not conceded? I don't know. Okay, so remember, there's no trolley in this list. I think I give them the Beldum because it looks like we're about to use a turn 1 judge. Okay, that screams multi-prize deck as long as there's no Wellspring Mask Oderpon in here. As long as there's no Wellspring Mask Oderpon. Okay, so this is a Terra Box deck. I'm not confident I can win, but being able to judge them seems decent. And there's the Wellspring Mask Oderpon, of course. Of course, my opponent has the greatest start in the history of Terra Box decks. I think this is a situation where I just have to go Ultra Ball away the Night Stretcher and the Pokepad, go get Genesect. It's not what I want to be doing, but I think this is just how we kind of have to work this matchup. And then I'll Air Balloon the Beldum. We judge them. Hopefully they don't have a good hand, because they didn't grab a Noctowl off the Fan Rotom. They went triple Hooters. They went to Hooters 3 times. Okay. I guess I put up the Klefki, because we don't have a playable hand here, so we kind of have to. You know, I don't really want... There's not really a reason to go into the Klefki other than I put it in the deck and let's do it. But if they just have the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon turn, we do lose. And also, if they just come up and use Sob, we also lose. So maybe I should have kept the Beldum up there and just been like, yeah, if you want. But if they knock it out with Fan Rotom, I lose. Right? They're going to have a Noctowl into Crispin, or they're going to have a Pokepad, or they're going to have an Ultra Ball. Or, you know, at worst, they're going to use Sob on my Klefki and keep me trapped until they can do the thing. And then I just lose there. Oh. Okay. So they're just waiting. They're waiting and baiting. All right. Well, this might actually be good, because now I can go for another Honedge. As long as they don't have bosses, I can potentially win this game, because I can get him a Tang. I'm going to get him a Tang and that guy. It is... Unfortunately, I can't bring up the fan. I can't, you know, do anything meaningful. Because if I go up with the Doublade and take the knockout of the Fan Rotom, all they need is Torrential Pump, and then they knock out the Honedge. So if I'm doing anything, it's attacking with Genesect, but of course we don't got it like that. So I think it'll just be attached to the Honedge, Memory Lock. Stop them from at least taking the knockout with an Ass Landing. So this is just kind of a nightmare scenario, and I'm not quite sure why I have the Klefki here, but we have the Klefki and we're stuck, okay? We're stuck like my stepsister in the washing machine. It happened. Okay, this is why I didn't want to go up with the Doublade, because as long as they don't have bosses, yeah, as long as they don't have bosses, we're going to have a Doublade survival. And they went for the Metang, which is absolutely the right call. But I have Max Rod, so we are okay. So they have no energy on the field. We're about to knock out their Terra. I played this perfectly. I am literally the greatest Doublade player in the history of the world. And then we get the Beldum back, baby. We got the Beldum Gambit here. You know, call me Channing Tatum, because we got the Beldum Gambit. All right, we evolve. We knock out the stupid dude. All right, I don't want to show them all of my evolutions, because that would be bad. The question is, do I bother getting back the Metang? I think I want to keep that out of the deck, right? I think I want to keep that, you know, I want to keep it secret. I want to keep it safe. Oh, damn straight your Rod is maxed. All right, so this should just be enough to win the game at this point. I only have to show them 4. So that's very important. We only show them 4. Take the knockout. Most likely they'll just feed me the Fan Rotom or something. And there's an Aegislash and a Lilies. Terrible timing for Lilies. Terrible timing. You know, this is the problem with putting Lilies in this list, is you want Lilies turn 1 to have a good start. But then after that, you want Kofu, you want Morty's Conviction, you know, Petrol, I guess, is okay in some situations. Yep, here comes the Crispin plus Crystal, and then they take the knockout. Luckily, I have a Genesect. Unluckily, they have they have everything. As long as Crystal is prized, maybe they'll concede if Crystal is prized. Well, it doesn't matter how many bosses I play when I'm never going to find one. And, oh, Crispin area 0. So they must have access to another Noctowl. I would assume they have, like, Pheasantipity in their hand. Oh, they have Kangaskhan. Wait, are they going to retreat into Kangaskhan? There's no way. Okay, there's the Crispin. I'm not quite sure what they're planning unless it's waiting a turn to do something. Yeah, unless they have the Sparkling Crystal in their hand, I don't quite see what they're doing here. Oh, they have Energy Switch. Okay. So they're going to go Fez. Yeah, they have everything. They literally grabbed everything off of that Judge to 4. They were just masterfully baiting me into thinking that I had a chance to win this game. And there's a Lightning, and then all they need is either Sparkling Crystal or Energy Switch, and my butt is wiped clean. Ooh, okay, okay. That is pretty good. Too bad I am about to lose this game. All right, so I think in this situation, I have... Okay, so I have a couple options here. I can evolve into Aegislash. I mean, it can do 230 damage, which is knocking out everybody except Kangaskhan. So this might actually be a situation where evolving into the Aegislash makes sense, but I have to check for the energy first. All right, this is the wackiest. I've never thought I would be evolving into Aegislash and have it be the correct play. All right, so if they want to make that happen, that's okay. I think I evolve into the Doublade? No, because what if they make other things happen? Right? I think I need to force them into a really rough decision here. So let's go Lilies, because I can get those evolutions back very easily with my double Genesect. Or I can just get all of them back anyway. Or they can all just come back anyway when I didn't need them at all. All right, this is fine. No, Mark, this is Relicanth. You don't have any bench space for Relicanth. Like, look at my bench right now, right? Like, you look at my bench right now, and it's like, what do you got? So maybe I should have evolved into Doublade, because they can force me into an awkward situation where it's like I'm back right where I was, and they're still in a situation where they can just knock out my dude with a Wellspring Mask. But if things go really bad, then I can just, use the Genesect to knock out one of their single prizers, because they have all the single prizers. I don't think there's anything they can do this turn to put me out of the game. Yeah, the bosses is fine. If they knock out double Matang, that's fine. If they knock out Matang Honedge, that's fine. Yeah, this is the best move they could have made. But if they leave, like, they have to get rid of all their energy. I unfortunately can't affect their hand, which is really, really bad. I'm just not sure. Do you think they're going to go for Honedge or Matang? I think they're going for the Matang. The fact that they pulled up a Matang instead of pulling up the Honedge, I think this means double Matang turn. But the thing is, I'm just going to take the knockout with Aegislash, so they're right back where they started, unless they go for the Aegislash, but I'm knocking out their Wellspring Mask. So I'm really... Oh. So what was the point of bringing up the Matang? All right. I mean, I'm not one to question that. I think I win the game. I think I'm awesome. Unless they have another bosses in that hand. Unless they have another bosses. But who do they take the knockout with? Ursaluna? That's probably what's about to happen, is we're going to get Ursaluna here. All right, well, let's Honedge, I guess. It's probably... And then I did have Shaman in the deck, by the way, for those of you keeping score at home. I did have Shaman in the deck. All right, well, let's shuffle that back in. Let's eat some Sacred Ass. Yeah, sure, whatever. And again, I can burn the Poffin, I can Lilies. I'm going to take a wild guess and say they have bosses Ursaluna, because that's the only way, most likely, that's the only way that they can win this game, is with bosses Ursaluna. And yeah, the Shaman doesn't really matter anymore. And Azul, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We're about to get our cheeks are about to get clapped because they're going to have bosses Ursaluna to knock out a Genesect for game, and it's going to be, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry live on stream in front of hundreds of people. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be great, you know? Oh, I didn't even put the 4th energy on that. That's fine. There we go. When's the last time? You know, did Azul ever use Metal Slash on the Aegislash? I bet not. I'm going to guess that Azul never used Metal Slash. All right, so let's shout out. And I even prized some energy. That's how good I am. Yeah, they're literally just bosses, Ursaluna, boss the Genesect, knock it with Ursaluna, I lose the game. But that is the issue with this deck, is you have to rely on multiple Genesect if you want to win the game. And you can't win the game unless you have at least one Genesect down, preferably 2. I play 3 in some of the lists to protect against prizing. But what if they don't have it like that? We're facing off against Pokimane. Pokimane's alt, so no one knows that she plays the Pokemon trading card game live instead of TCG Pocket. I'm not quite sure what the holdup is, because they would have to, it's just Noctowl. It's just Noctowl for bosses, right? It's just Noctowl for bosses, Ursaluna. Like, you have a 16-card hand. There's no way you don't have game, right? There's absolutely no shot they do not have game right now. But I'm honestly not sure I can win because I wasted my energy recycler to get that energy back in the deck. And Cyrano is my only supporter for this turn, and I think I only have like 8 energy in the deck. So this could go really badly. I gotta give them, like, how do you have a 16-card hand and you don't have, unless they're playing on mobile? Wait, Pikachu? Okay, so do I just win the game now? Because, and oh no, they must have energy switch bosses. They were just piecing their way through it. I guess that's what it was. They were just looking like, how do I do this? No, they have Pikachu, so they just go energy switch bosses. I don't think they've used, oh, they have used Pheasantipity. I hate the fact that it has a green arrow. Because remember, like last year, they moved Pheasantipity to a global status condition instead of like its own status condition. Because you can only use one. What the hell were they doing? Anus, I will be playing Magus Armory on Thursday. Saturday. Saturday is Magus Armory. And yes, there will be multiple builds of that. Today it's all about Doublade. So are they just aura farming here and just saying like, oh, you can't knock out my Pikachu? Yeah, unless I top deck bosses, which of course would never happen because that would make way too much sense. All right, so we go Pheasant Skibidi. But like, how did they not have it now? That's so weird to me that they just didn't have it. Right? Okay, so hang on. Do I have all the things? We have Aegislash. I think that's enough because I have to be able to do 300. So we have Doublade, so that's a knockout on everybody, and then I just use Slash. Oh, I can't use attacks. I can't use attacks. I thought it was you can't use Metal Slash. No, I can't even freaking attack. Okay, we have 2 bosses in the deck. We also have 2 energy. Huh. Yeah, I guess it's just end turn, but I don't understand how they didn't have it last turn. They used Cyrano. Right? How do you not have any Noctowl in your hand? How do you not have any Noctowl or Pokepad or Ultra Ball or anything in that hand? And Arcanus, you can check out Trust Your Pilot's YouTube channel for all the deck lists featuring everybody. I got the top 10 best decks post rotation. I got the top 10 fun decks. I got the top 5 or whatever new perfect order decks. All right, you know what? You're not going to be featured in a video. You're taking way too long. I don't want to edit it. Well, they'd play a 4-4 line. Yeah, like what was the holdup? You had game the entire time. I'm not sure what the holdup was, unless they prized 2 bosses? Like, unless they play 3 bosses and they prize 2, but they've had game for the longest time. I'm not sure, like, what's taking so long? I'm not sweating. My toes are not sweating. I'm not watching a For the Win stream right now. What the hell are they doing? And Badoo fan, I'm sorry. Badoo fan, I'm so sorry. What is happening right now? How did there's no way they don't have bosses, right? Okay, you have a switch. Where's your bosses? Energy switch, Crispin. Okay, but like, what kind of a Terabox deck only has 1 boss? There's no way they prize 2 bosses. This isn't me. Okay, so we have 2 bosses orders in the deck. I will use Matang to thin out the deck as much as possible. I will use the Poffin because I think we're in the same. Can this be a bosses, please? Oh my god, it's not a bosses. I don't understand what's happening. Okay, if this is 2 energy, fun fact, if this is 2 energy, I win the game. Of course it's 1 energy. Of course it's 1. Why would it be 2 when it could be 1? I probably should have attached it, but I don't know what they're doing over there. Like, they've had 2 turns. You either have it or you don't. Like, waiting isn't gonna get you the game. They've had what? You've had game for the past. I don't understand. You get a thumbs down. They've had game for like 2 hours. They must be on mobile and they just couldn't see the bosses in their hand or something. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because there's no way, right? Joko, because Pikachu can't get 1 shot. They had the bosses. They used Noctowl. They had a 16 card hand. They had everything. I don't understand why they took so long to do the thing they've had for 5 turns. And mods, time out everyone who's saying that was them. And then, of course, we get the Shaman. We start the Shaman in the game afterwards, of course. Well, no, it would have been... Okay, this is Zoroark. As long as we have a playable starting hand, we do win the game. Oh, wait. Well, we do lose this game. That's pretty cool. I was not expecting to lose this game, but they don't have a Darumaka, which is nice. All right, so I just need to get a Honedge out of the deck. We prized 1 Honedge, which is fine. So we're just in top deck territory, baby. I think as long as I can get a Genesect, I'll be fine. That's kind of the only thing this deck needs is a Genesect. Yeah, you didn't see me use the Klefki a couple games ago? I used it... Oh, no, I used that last game. That game just took an hour because the opponent didn't know that bosses exist. I just, like, they had it the entire time. Oh, so you're saying you put food in your mouth? Okay, I wish I had one of those. You're saying you put food in your mouth instead of toes? Yeah, that game felt like 3 games. Oh, man, we're just getting bad starts all around. We're going to abandon the Matang version here. Apparently, the Matang build is the worst one. We're going straight Ignition Energy. No more stupid Matang. No more luck. No more Tang maxing. No, you are not allowed to use Zam as shorthand for Alakazam. Zam is Zamazenta. No, you put toes in your mouth instead of food. Zam is Zamazenta. It is not Alakazam. I refuse to allow that. Because Zam is Alakazam, Zam is Zamazenta or Zamazenta. Well, I guess I just attach to the hone edge and see what happens. But no, because Zam was the first. What Zam was back when Zamazenta was a thing. No, back when Zamazenta was a thing, that's what everyone called Zam. Alakazam was not a deck for the longest time because remember, Kadabra was removed from the Pokemon trading card game because of Uri Geller, the magician, who liked to spoon people. So that's why Alakazam was out of the TCG basically for the longest time, and that's why they had no Kadabra. So as Zamazenta gets it because Zamazenta existed when Alakazam didn't. Yeah, but PDCGL didn't exist then, huh? Moly Moly gets it. All right, so starting the Shaman wasn't great, but we'll be fine. Again, we're just a Genesect away from winning. Literally, the easiest thing in the world is just a Genesect away from winning. I can't lose the game. But press 1 if we're going to win this game. Press 2 if you've ever watched a Trust Your Pilot stream before and you know we're about to lose. Yeah, the Darmanitan is a little annoying because they've kind of forced the issue here. Luckily, they started Monkey Dory. Well, that changes things. Okay, that's not great. I think I have to. I think I have to just evolve into Doublade, judge, and hope that we get a Genesect or a Lilies or something. Okay, we got lots of things. That's actually really good. Okay, I guess it's just Pokepad for Matang and try to thin out the deck. Oh, wow, we prized everything. Not really, but we prized everything. All right, so Matang. I'm just going to hope for like 2 energy. All right. Well, end turn. If we can get a Night Stretcher, that would be great. We just get the old Night Stretcher. And YouTube audience, if you're wondering, I cut out the start of the game because we had nothing going on. We had absolutely nothing going on for the longest time. They've just been manually attaching. I started Shaman. The Judge apparently is the best card ever printed, and we got all the things. The cool thing is that Darmanitan only does 90-90, so I don't have to get the Shaman back as long as I can. I don't even need to. I don't even need to get the Shaman back because they have to use Flame Body. They can't even attack right now. Right? They could technically attack right now with Flame Body Cannon, but they do not want to do that. And they also have to use. Oh, this is great. This is why I don't believe in Zoroark as much as, I should, is because they only have one attack they can use right now to get rid of the Shaman that doesn't hurt them immensely. And that's an attack that also hurts them immensely with Rampaging Thunder. So they have to go into this Zoroark next turn if they want to attack, which is just oh, crap. Well, they had bosses and my life is ruined. Great. I literally can't do anything now, so I think I just give them the Shaman and say, GG, bro. I think if they have it like that, I think we just lose. But I'm going to go Cyrano for double Jenny. I'm going to go double Jenny. I'm just going to bank on the fact that they don't have another bosses. As long as they don't have another bosses, we win the game. It is literally that simple. As long as there's no other bosses that they got sitting there, the game is over. I have won. They can suck my butt. But yeah, if they didn't get the bosses, that would have just been perfect. All right, let's thin the deck a little bit if we can. Nope. All right, come on, Matang. I only have 8 energy in the deck, which is enough with an energy recycler. All right, well, end turn. I'm going to end turn. I'm going to end turn. Okay, so they're going to retreat. They're going to attack. Hopefully they don't have another bosses. If they have another bosses, the game is over. And we have lost horribly, unless they get tempted and go for a Genesect. You know, if they decide to go for a Genesect and get greedy, that's great. Because theoretically, I can two-shot a Zoroark with a Genesect, right? Because they don't have space for End's Reshiram. Oh my god! Oh, they did! Oh, they did go for one! Okay, okay. I mean, the stupid Shaman is gonna clog up my bench here. But we just gotta believe in the heart of the cards right now, everybody. We have to believe in the heart of the cards. I was gonna say, the top deck is gonna be a Metal Energy, just you watch. Okay, this has to be an absolute heart of the cards moment, or else we have lost the game. I believe in you, buddy. Oh, we got Max Rod. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's everything that I need to win, except for all the stuff that I actually need to win. Okay, so let's go. I need 5. I need 5, so that's 1, 2. And let's just double check what's in my discard pile. So we have 2, so I can play with my balls. Because we can get rid of 1. So I can go Ultra Ball away this guy and this guy. Go get an Aegis Slash. Max Rod for just, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess we don't really need Genesect or anything. We can just, yeah, we'll just, yeah, I mean, I guess just in case. Okay, and then we Pokepad. Oh, I don't even need to Pokepad. We just got it like that. All right, well, let's see if we can power up the Honedge. So they got greedy. They got way too greedy. They went for the Genesect. As long as they don't have a third bosses, we can win this game. As long as they don't have a third bosses, we can absolutely win this game. And by virtue of the fact that they didn't go for my Shaman, means that I don't have to worry about my bench getting clapped here. But as long as that Genesect does not get bossed, the game is, they're going to use Backdraft, aren't they? Or are they just sending that up there for a free retreater? They can't use Backdraft, we're fine. Reversal Energy, even if I was winning, I'm not winning, but Reversal Energy currently no longer exists. Hopefully they give single prize decks something else. But if you haven't seen the news, we're getting another set after Chaos Rising on July 16th. It's going to be another, probably like 80 card set. It's going to be a big disappointment. Oh my god, they have third bosses. This is what I talked about at the very beginning of the stream. I said, we can win against any single prize deck as long as they don't go boss, boss, boss. So of course they went boss, boss, boss. All right, well, if I had a judge, if we could get a judge right now, that'd be great. I don't know if a judge is even left in the deck. I might only have one. Okay, okay. But I can't use judge because the deck is not designed to do that. And this is where the loss of Iono is felt super hard. Okay, let's just, yeah, it doesn't really matter. If they have Zoroark energy, we lose. This is our only chance to win. And Llama, they never include me in the drops. I used to get free codes from the Pokemon Company, but then they actually paid attention to my Twitter and my YouTube, and they saw that I'm critical of the game that never works. So they had boss, 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 and then they got the Zoroark and the energy when they needed it. I don't think you're ever winning against a Zoroark deck when they get triple bosses and have everything they need every single turn. All right, we're switching to the Ignition Energy builds. Enough of this Metang crap. Enough of this thinking. Thinking is out the window, okay? Okay, that's Trolley. Gross. What's this one? We got 4-2. We got 4 lilies, which is fine. Can I play with my balls in this one? I don't think I can play with my balls in this one, but whatever. And this is Peru again. What were they playing? I can't remember what they were playing. Was this the... This was the Terra Box deck. unfortunately. But I don't need to have as much stuff on the bench. I have 2 bench spaces. Yeah, the slow player, I'm going to give them a sad face because they're the slow player. And Lewis 1 energy out of 5 metal makers. That's just PDC. I could put 20 energy in the deck and it would still happen. What a great start. What a fantastic start. Okay. Was Shaman in the deck list here? Hopefully it was, because we're going to lose if it isn't. Yeah, I just think it's funny that they waited like a week to tell us about the Perfect Order 26. Oh my God, the Perfect Order 26 code. And it's like, I told you about it 3 weeks ago because I'm cool like that. Well, this is a great start, isn't it? I think I just go and turn. What a fantastic turn 1. We did nothing. Oh, God. Yep. So fantastic. And they just have everything. I'm going to be item locked. So they're playing Jellicent. So wait, this was the Jellicent player, which is just so much more fun. But it's totally fine. I don't really need to worry about all the things. Yeah, we got nothing turn 1. Would have liked to go second, but they just have all the things. Jellicent is great. So I have to take the knockout this turn and then hope they don't have a Crispin, which is asking a lot. And they have Power Glass. All right. Okay. Yeah, the other slow player. And then, of course, we top deck a Pokepad. Why wouldn't we top deck a Pokepad? That would be stupid. All right, so we just needed Ignition Energy and we're fine. We did not get an Ignition Energy. We just need Ignition Energy and we'll be totally fine. Well, you know what that means. It's time to raise the bat signal. So let's go. Yeah, we'll get... Oh, cool. I can't select Aegislash. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I can't do anything. Can't even select Aegislash. Oh, this game is great. Such a well-made game. Can't even select the card that I might need. I mean, I'm never going to actually use Aegislash with this deck. But imagine if I needed it to win. Imagine that. All right, so there's... Oh, they're just going to keep item locking me, I guess. Yeah, hashtag well-made game. I don't know if I'm getting a YouTube video out of this. We're facing all the weird decks, right? We're not facing anything. We're not facing Lucario. We're not facing Dragapult. We're not facing Venusaur. We're not facing anything that I would consider, like, good. You know, the End Zoroark matchup, we would have easily won that if they didn't have triple bosses. If they just knocked out the Shaman, we would 100% win that game, but they went triple bosses, and obviously that's not good. Yeah, where's all the Pulse? Where's all the Lucario? No, my Elo is actually too high. That's the problem. I saw more better, like, higher quality decks in Great League than I have in Master League. And Vishwam, but then I have to play on mobile. Cult of Wrath, it is a top 10 deck. It is a top 10 deck. Okay, so they're just getting themselves ready. Seems like they know that I can't really do much against the Frillish. Oh, man. Like, I'm just the bosses away from losing, but if I go for Dawn, we'll be okay. Yeah, there you go. I still think it should just be Lilies. Hey, there's a Hilda. Too bad it is not the right time for that. If it was the right time for Hilda, I would have used Hilda, but it is not the right time for Hilda, is it? All right, well, that's fantabulous. I need to try and get some things here. We need to get a couple Hone Edge would be perfect. Or no basics. Imagine having a 70 card hand and not having a single basic or an energy. Literally 17,000 cards in hand, no basics or energy against an item lock deck. That is the world that we are currently living in, and I'm so excited about it. And Louis, oh, that's just PDCGL. They introduced that glitch, I think, 2 updates ago. You know, PDCGL has always been a really horribly designed game, and it seemed like matchmaking was fixed, and then they broke it 2 updates ago, and they don't know how to fix it. Oh, right, Crushing Hammer. Hi, you can't Crushing Hammer and Ignition Energy. You can't Crushing Hammer what's not there. All right, well, we can get... Oh, cool! They just had the bosses. They have a 2-card hand and bosses is in there. I have a 70-card hand and can't even find a basic. Well, looks like we're about to use Morty's. About to use Morty's for 2. Morty's for 2, baby. And then we get the Ignition. This is Pete comedy here. This is just Pete comedy. Just, we get everything a turn late. And then, oh, Shaman and Dunsparce. Great. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just give him the Shaman because I want the Genesect to not die. Oh, geez. Yeah, we need a couple Hone Edge here. But I'm not even sure I can win because we got some things knocked out and we prized some other things. Yeah, I need to get a YouTube video. We're just going on to the next one. I need a YouTube video. It's just been Jellicent and single prizers and bad draws. I'd really like to not spend the next 3 hours. Okay, we're under 1,500. There's no way this goes bad. I'm going to write down that we're an hour 32. I'm writing down this opponent's name. We're playing the Dunsparce build. We're going to go to a less card drawy one next. Okay, Chris Cockman. Chris Cockman. I believe in you. Okay, press 1 if we're going to beat off the cock, man. Press 2 if the weird streak of luck is going to continue. Because things that, like, this has just been a really weird stream. Like, we can beat most decks that aren't single prize decks. We've just been facing, like, single prize decks, and it's been really, really weird. All right, so we're going to go second because I want to have my items. Does anyone else remember TikTok Clock from Super Mario 60? Does anyone remember TikTok Clock from Super Mario 64 and how that was a terrible level? And then you go right to Rainbow Ride and it's like, yeah, they really put their best ideas first, didn't they? Okay, this is a very winnable matchup if they don't know what they're doing. In the intro of the YouTube video, you will hear me mention that this is a winnable matchup if my opponent has no idea what they're doing. This is also a winnable matchup if I can Pokegear for Lilies, so I will Genesect first and we'll be fine. TikTok Clock that's when the controls really start to get to you because there's no margin for error. There's no margarine for error. Did they just put a maximum belt on a Makuhita? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen the premature... Oh, so it must be a Carmine build. Okay. And then you get rid of a hairy mama? Wow, okay. No, it's not a train, it's a carpet. It's a magic carpet ride. Yeah. That's the bad thing. This is a very winnable matchup. They had to attach the maximum belt to the hairy mama. So we're actually in a very decent position because they didn't get the Riolu. Oh my god, PDCGL. Are you kidding me? Guess what card I can't select right now? Guess which basic I can't select to get my 2 Dunsparce. You'll never guess which card. You'll never guess which card I can't select. Oh my god, this game. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna... They always say things are darkest before the dawn, right? I can select it now. I can get it now. All right, so I think we just go for Dunsparce, the Dunsparce. Aegislash. What? Okay, the Aegislash are in my hand. Okay. But what if I get Fez? No, we're just gonna have to play this a little weird. We're gonna have to be a little weirdier here. Because PDCGL has decided it doesn't want me to win today. So I can knock out the Solrock. You have to remember, I only have 4 ignition energy, plus I think like 2 fire. So it would have been great if that ignition was a fire. Because then what I could have done is I could have attached the fire and then given myself more turns. What we want to do is we want to masterfully bait a Mega Lucario. If they have to put Mega Lucario into play, we win the game. Because then it's just knockout Solrock, knockout Lucario, knockout Meowth for game. Nikki, how's the game been out this long and it's still broken? Well, it's only been 4 years. You got to give them time. It's only been out for 4 years. It's not like we warned them for years while it was still in beta about all the issues, and then they still launched it anyway. You know, you got to give them time. It's only been 4 years. I mean, could you imagine if you had a 4-year-old child? Do you think they could talk or walk or, you know, do anything, do simple math? No, they can't. 4 years, that's still a baby. All right, so in this situation, we are fine. Oh, Battle Cage. Nikki, that's fair. That's fair. All right. I have to use Pokegear first, which is unfortunate. I mean, I guess I could use the Dunsparce. No, we're going to get a Lilies off of this. I told you. I told you. So we have the knockout no matter what I do. I think getting rid of the Battle Cage is fine. It's not going to mean anything. Yeah, your son is 4 years old. He's still in the beta phase. There you go. Okay, so there's a Doublade that we don't want. We definitely want to go Genesect. Yeah, they're only the highest grossing media franchise in the history of the world. They're more than like double of Hello Kitty. Yeah, just small indie franchise. Okay, in this situation, I don't think we pop the Dunsparce, right? I think we just go Energized Swords. We just show them the 2 Aegislash that I just got. Take the knockout. And then go from there. Because we have the Hilda, which is a guaranteed evolution and ignition energy. Because I think what they're going to assume is that, oh, I have to use Aura Jab with my Mega Lucario to put 3 energy on the Hairy Mama to knock out the Genesect. So I have kind of masterfully baited them. As I mentioned in the intro of this YouTube video, you never want to put a Mega Lucario on the field in this matchup. You never want to have a Meowth. But they are playing a Carmine build, and for some reason they decided Carmine was a really smart idea. They probably shouldn't have done that. They should have just gone for a Solrock and believed in the heart of the cards. But I masterfully baited them, because as soon as this guy hits the field before it's the final turn of the game, we win the game. Because they're not playing Judge, they're not playing Unfair Stamp, they have Maximum Belt as the ace spec. If you're ever oh god. Okay, that's unexpected. We have to knock that out now. Yeah, okay, no, this is fine. That's fine. It's all great. It's all great. Everything's great. So they'll put 3. Actually, we don't need to worry, right? What are they going to do? Yeah, they're going to Gaia Wave? Nah, bro, I'm not worried about a Mega Zygarde with 2 energy on it. You got to get 5 on this thing, bro. You got to watch Trust Your Pilot's video. All right, so let's go. I guess I just Hilda. We already have all of our energy, which is kind of insane. And Dunsparce down. We'll Genesect. I don't think there's anything left, though, which is a huge problem. Oh, there's 1 Aegislash. Okay. So we need to get those Honedge real quick here. I think in this situation, we go for Pokegear, hope for Mortys. And that's a bosses. Okay. Worst case scenario, I bring up the Meowth. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair stamp. Is worst case scenario, we just bring up the Meowth. There's another Genesect that we definitely don't need right now, but I don't want to have it in my head, in my hand. So I believe, do I waste the Max Rod right now is the question. Because we have that. I'm doing, if I use the Max Rod, we do take the knockout, or I can just knock out the Meowth, and they have no attacker for next turn. I mean, I think we just go for the Max Rod. Oh, no, you're right. I don't have it because I would have to get the Hone Edge. You're right. You're right. Thank you, Vishwam. Almost missed that. I was thinking about math, and as soon as I start thinking about math, that's when my brain goes lopsided there. So yes, I almost cost myself the game. Almost cost myself the game there because I had to do simple mathematics. Because I had to do simple mathematics, I almost lost the game. But that is what I have noticed with this deck is, you know, I don't think it's worth it to run Redeemable Ticket. Redeemable Ticket, you'd have to Petro for it, and then you'd have to have everything in your hand before you Redeemable Ticket, and then it just creates a whole mess of things. You just have to, you know, go on vibes here. The biggest issue is finding Hone Edge. Being able to loop Hone Edge is by far the toughest thing because Genesect only finds evolutions. And I'm never getting lucky. You know, whenever I find Poffin, I'm always item locked. You know, you look at my win-loss ratio, it's 3 and 6. I think I started the stream against 5 single prize decks, and then there were 2 Jellicent decks after that. There was a Terra deck that just had everything and I had nothing. And then I had a Zilliwart deck that had boss, 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 back-to-back-to-back turns to knock out all my Genesect. And if they just had 2 instead of 3 bosses, I win that. I don't agree. I do not agree with putting Drillbur in this deck. You know, I understand that they're going for the Lucario build, because I didn't like the Lucario build of Zygarde, because you have to Aura Jab to it twice to use Nullifying Zero. It is just way too much work for, in my opinion, not enough payoff. But, okay, there's Harry Mama. I don't agree with this either. They're going to bring up a Genesect and Mega Brave it? You have to... Yeah, you have to unfair stamp me or judge me right now, but you can't do that. So I think they're just hoping that I can't do anything about the Genesect. Oh, no. Am I about to lose this game? I think I might actually lose this game. If I can't find my air balloon, we have lost this game. Okay, I think I have to use lilies. This is really, really weird. I think I have to use my lilies. Because we need to get an air balloon or else the game is probably over. Okay. Oh, but this is rough here because I got to go Ignition Energy. The Max Rod. We should have another Ignition Energy. I really hope we have another Ignition Energy. Okay, yeah, that's the backup strategy is we just hope for 0 heads. Because realistically, they have to go 1, 2. Oh, they kind of have it. Wait, they only have 3 energy. Wait, they only have 3 energy. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's just Hilda for the Dunsparce and the thing. Yeah, geez. I just assumed. See, this was me assuming again. I just naturally assumed that, oh, of course you have everything. Okay, they're going to take the knockout. That's fine. There's Carmine. Because they used the Drillbur. How much energy is not in the... They used Drillbur for 0. I thought I noticed that, but I just thought it was like my mind playing tricks on me, like when I see someone with 3 feet, but then it turns out it's just a mirage in the desert. Okay. So they're going to take the knockout now. Oh, they're going for the Nullifying Zero. All right, so I have made a huge mistake. We have to do it this turn. I probably should have used the lilies, but I assumed they just didn't have it like that. There's the air balloon. There's the battle cage. All right, so that's there. I think I have it. I think that's game, but I did bench the Hone Edge, which could be very bad for us. Okay, this is enough, right? This is enough. We just have to get Hone Edge with the Pokepat. Oh, it's not enough. Unless I can Max Rod for the doublet. Oh, Trust Your Pilot almost biffed it. So they were right to bring up the Genesect and do nothing. There we go. But we won that one. So I fully do not believe in the Mega Zygarde build of Lucario. It's just way too much. You saw it. It's just way too much work. If you want to play Zygarde, just put it with Barbaracle. Yeah, sure. Maybe put 1 copy of Zygarde in your Lucario deck if you want to have fun. But overall, like, I would have just won that game, and that shouldn't have happened. Well, they just played it because they were using Carmine, so it didn't really matter. So their PP was empty no matter what. Lord Victor. I'm about to be the victor here. So I think I'll stream tomorrow because I missed yesterday's stream. So I'll probably stream tomorrow and Thursday. So tomorrow will be Clefable. Thursday will be Tyrantrum. Yeah, we got a YouTube game, baby. And Gazerbeam, thank you. I've noticed you commenting on my YouTube videos. I do appreciate it. Any engagement is good unless it's a ring. All right, well, let's just give him a Dunsparce. I don't know why I'm playing this Dunsparce. This one seems like the worst one. We got our first Dragapult. We got our first Dragapult, baby. Okay, please let this be a playable card. Please. No! Well, we have lost the game unless the Dunsparce can turn into something. And if you're wondering, why did you play the Pokegear so early? If you ever see a Dreepy, you know that they're going to have Latias Badoo. They're going to go Ultra Ball for Latias. They're going to Lilies. They're going to Lilies into Buddy Buddy Poffin. They're going to Buddy Buddy Poffin for Dreepy and Badoo. And then they're going to item lock me. So I had to use the Pokegear. See, I told you. And then 100% this is going to be a Buddy Buddy Poffin. Yep, see, Dragapult always has it like that. See, again, I just made the YouTube short about how Dragapult always has it like that. This happens every single time you play Dragapult, is they will always get the Latias, they will always retreat into Badoo, they will always item lock you. That is why you have to play your items right away. Well, yeah, we have a very slim chance of winning this game. Oh, right, Team Rocket's Watchtower is in play. Yep, the Team Rocket's Watchtower, because I was writing something down I'm going to have to make a YouTube short. YouTube short of the Doublade stream. Yeah, and then they just have the Watchtower. Oh, and Rare Candy Dusknoir. Oh, goody. And back-to-back Lily's turns. Candy Dusknoir. And there's a Dracloak. Yep, so they're just going to go Dusknoir. And the 10 damage on the Dunsparce is going to lose me the game. Dragapult always has it. This is what I tell you. Dragapult always has it like that. You will always have an unplayable hand. They will always have it like that. The 10 damage from the Badoo ended up mattering, so the Dusknoir could knock out the Dunsparce, and then they got the turn 1 attachment, they got the turn 2 Psychic, they had back-to-back Lilies. Dragapult isn't the best deck, it's the luckiest deck. Yeah, quit game. Quit game at least. Zeus, I mean, look at my win-loss ratio. How do you think it went? But this is kind of how I expected Doublade to go, but like not that bad. You will see the one game, but my losses haven't even been good. You know, you'll see a YouTube short about that. But it's like my losses aren't even interesting. The losses are just single prize decks that I concede against or Jellicent. Mega Clefable. Yeah, that's what we have to hope for. Tomorrow, if it's just Dragapult and Lucario, oh, we're golden. Because remember, it doesn't get affected by Dusknoir or Munkidori or Frostlass. What a fantastic start. What a great start. Oh, back-to-back fantastic starts for this deck. And it's Mega Starmie. So we would easily win this game if we had a playable start. This is one of the easiest matchups. Okay. If I hadn't started Pheasantipity, this would have been one of the easiest games of my life. All right, so we have to go for Fan Rotom. I have to go for Hone Edge. We, of course, can't get Shaman because the stupid thing has 80 hit points. All right, well, let's go double Dunsparce. And then I think we're just going to Dunsparce. Genesect, get out Aegislash. And I think I should bosses the Snow Runt. No, we just gotta believe, because if they do knock out the Pheasantipity, I can Night Stretcher it back. So technically, it makes sense to let them knock it out. But they're about to have their way with me here, because I can knock out the Starmie. Literally, I can knock out the Starmie next turn. Like, that's the thing about this Doublade deck, is if you just get a slightly good start, it is amazing. But I never get a slightly good start. And they're over here having the time of their life. You know, Lilies. You know, you get a turn 1 Lilies, you're in Happy Town here. So it looks like they're going to go for a Frostlass. Yeah, so my Fan Rotom's going to get knocked out after my turn, which is hugely unfortunate. And we don't get to activate Pheasantipity. So here's the thing. I am still not out of... Oh, they went for the Hone Edge. Okay, now we're out of it. I'm still not out of it. No, now we're out of it. Okay, so there's another Hone Edge. Of course, we didn't get anything we actually needed. So I have to go for the Frostlass. And they're going to knock out my Doublade, which is just great. All right, well... Of course, the Doublade's going to get knocked out. That's cool. Yeah, I'm thinking the Fan Rotom is not good. So depending how this turn goes, I'm probably just going to concede. Yeah, I'm out. We can't win now. They're going to take 5 prizes before I even get an attack. So we're just out of here. And Zeus, I'm trying to win with the easiest build of the deck. I'm trying to win with the easy builds, not the crazy tough build. I'm trying to win with the easy ones. Okay, this one has an early game attacker. We're gonna... How many Pokegear we got in here? We got 0 Pokegear. I'm sure that'll end well. Let's get rid of this and this. We're gonna go for Double Morty. Oh, we're gonna go for Double Morty. Double Morty. I think I cut the Pokepad for a Poffin, because remember, we need Hone Edge. That's the toughest thing. We have Brock Scouting. We have Lana's Aid. We should be fine. This should be the one that carries us through. I am guaranteeing a victory here. Guaranteed victory. Well, funny you should mention that, because Alakazam just won the major Chaos Rising tournament in Japan. So Alakazam is not struggling whatsoever. Alakazam's doing fine, even though it has obvious weaknesses in Team Rocket's for Articuno. Okay, they will choose to go first because they flipped heads. You always choose the coin flip you want. Yeah, Alex is like... Dragapult didn't do as well, but you know, you can switch your deck and you can gauge the meta. Another Fez start. By the way, a Fez start and an unplayable hand. Fez start, unplayable hand, that's my favorite. You're talking dirty to me with that. Okay, this is a winnable matchup. Okay, we can do this. All right, so I think I have to Ultra Ball for Meowth and Meowth for Lilies. So it should be Ultra Ball away, Hilda fighting. And then we hope we didn't prize the Meowth. Yeah, the last games were winnable matchups. But we just have to get a start. The Potapad top... Oh, God. The Potapad top deck is tempting to get rid of it with Ultra Ball, but this is going to be good to check my deck to see if Meowth is in here. If Meowth is in here, we have to go Ultra Ball for Meowth. I think it's just go for Hone Edge because, you know, I could potentially knock that out next turn. And we just stick with the strategy. We Ultra Ball away the Hilda and the fighting. Unfortunately, go for Meowth. But if they eventually, if at any point they get Mega Venusaur in play, we are totally fine. We go for Lilies. We have a full spread of... Oh, I could go for Brock Scouting. No, we can't. Yes? No. No, that'd be silly, right? That'd be silly to go for Brox when you have Lilies in your hand. See, I told you. Would have been silly. Okay, so we have Solrock. We have Lunatone. Let's go Lunatone. And I think we go... We play with our Dong. Ooh, and I prized the Solrock. That's not good. Now, here's the question. Do I take a Chansey? Do I take a Chansey and not put another Hone Edge down? I think the answer is no. I think we have to put another Hone Edge down just to, you know, give ourselves a chance here. Even though this is a very suboptimal board position. This is a very suboptimal board position. You want to have Genesect in play, at least one. But maybe they'll get tempted and bosses the Meowth. That was my other line of play, was let them knock out a Meowth. Because the hope is that eventually they have to get a Venusaur in play, right? If they want to be able to knock out the Meowth, let's say, the hope is that they would have to have another Ogerpon. They would have to have Meganium Venusaur, use Venusaur's ability to put energy on the Teal Mask Ogerpon. But there's always a world where I can't do math, and this Ogerpon just needs, it just needs an attachment and an acceleration and a Meganium, and it's knocking out the Meowth on its own. And they could just be like, oh, I just won't put Mega Venusaur in play and I'll win the game. So I couldn't take that chance that they just got everything. And then, of course, they just go Lilies, no bosses. But I would have had the Meowth up front, and they didn't get a Force of Vitality, it would appear. I imagine this Ultra Ball is going to be a Mega Venusaur. Unless they have a Grass Energy in hand, then it will be a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Because all you need to do with that deck is just put energy on the field and let Venusaur come in swinging. But the fact that I prized my second Solrock is not very good. The good news is that I don't really have anything happening next turn. Good news is I have nothing happening next turn. So it could just be a situation of hoping they don't have bosses and give them the Lunatone. But then I'm just opening myself up for getting boss later on in the game. So in this situation, it could very well just be... I'm at a bit of a crossroads here. I can Dawn to thin out 3 cards. Actually, I can Dawn to thin out 3 Pokemon, have Genesect be one of them, thin out 2 more, and then Fezandipity. So I can Fezandipity for 3 and hope... What? Okay. Oh, I guess they were afraid of the Fezandipity doing something? That was interesting. I guess they were worried about taking the knockout and activating Fezandipity. But this is really funny because now I can just Dawn for Genesect, Doublade, Aegislash. And I think in this situation, I just attach to the Hone Edge, knock out the Chikorita, and because Countercatcher, I think, is the most underrated card to have rotated. And there we go. So that's why I didn't get rid of the energy, is because now I don't have to dig for ignition. I have 7 fighting in the deck for ignition. If you ever have a free turn, you attach a fighting to a hone edge just to make your life so much easier. But I guess they were trying to rope-a-dope me. But I can win if they don't have judge or unfair stamp, because I'm just not going to put Genesect down. Like, it is a bit risky. But if all they do this turn is knock out my Solrock, or if they put Mega Venusaur into play, then I win. Because I'm pretty sure I can knock this out. Pretty sure. Hopefully. Maybe. How many do I need? Okay, so I need 8, right? I need 8 to take the knockout. I have 2 Hone Edge down. I'm going to have to evolve into a Doublade. As long as I didn't prize 2 things, will be fine. And if it's 60 times, right? So, 7. See, math. Math not even once. Yeah, it's 60 times, so it's 7. So obviously we Fez first to increase our chances, and then I have Brock Scouting and a Genesect. I have to get rid of, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, baby. Hey, that's what the kids are talking about. They're talking about 6, 7. Press 1 if you are 6, 7ing yourself right now. I assume that's what it means. And then they put 4, and then we're just going to get a concede. I press 1 if they're going to concede after I take this knockout. Press 2 if they're stubborn. But YouTube audience, this is what I was expecting. If you go to the VODs channel and sub to the VODs channel and watch the VOD, it has just been single prize decks, Jealous NTX decks, you know, Zoroark that gets triple bosses in a row. This is the matchup you want. You want to see Venusaur. You want to see Mega Lucario. Any deck that has 1 Mega in it loses to Doublade. And then we just top deck the Aegislash because this deck is goated. All right, so number 1, actually, I don't even think no, I think we still Fez first. I think we still Fez first. Oh, wow. That is great. And then I 100% win the game. And see, did you notice how the fighting energy saved me? If I hadn't prematurely attached Ulation, we would have lost. And yeah, we just go Brock Scouting for whatever, because we have Fez on the field. So let's go get a Doublade. Oh, do I even need? No, we don't even need the Doublade. We can just go for the Psyduck. Because I have the Genesect. And the coolest thing is you reveal the cards. You don't discard the cards, you just reveal them. And this is the really cool thing, is if they can't do the thing they need to do, I'm gonna show them everything. I'm gonna show them that my hand is just everything that I need. I shouldn't. You know, a smart player would not do that, but you got to break their spirit. Oh, God. You got to break their spirit. Right? I'm taking 3 prizes. As long as Unfair Stamp isn't their ace spec and they don't, you know, have it, we'll be fine. And they are still... Uh-oh. The fact that they haven't conceded is very worrying, but they have to take 3 knockouts to win the game. I have to take 1. So I think even if they Unfair Stamp me, we're still going to have Fezandipity. So I think we're okay. Like, even if they judge me, should have shown less in order to do 420. Damn it. But remember, they have 5 prizes left. This is a flashback for everyone. Okay, there's judge. Okay, that is bad, but it does mean my Fezandipity is surviving, and we can potentially... They probably don't have an attack this turn. Yeah, they don't even have an attack. Boom! We got him! See, as soon as you face a Mega Deck, Doublade starts performing. The reason I haven't shown any other games or any of my losses is because it's just single prize decks that aren't fun, or Jellicent players who take forever, or a Terra deck that had game for 3 turns and never attacked. As soon as you face a Mega Deck, that is what Doublade's bread and butter is. And if you use a Doublade's blades to spread butter on your toes and melt them in the sun, then a Bulbasaur will come along and lick them off, and then you can catch that Bulbasaur because it'll be just so satisfied to be like, I want to do this every day. I just want to lick them toes every day like it's a frog. All right, here we go. Here we go. We just need one more game. We just need one more game. I would have won. I would have won even if they had it, right? We're repeating it. balls on Mars. Balling on Mars. We're at 2:05 of the stream. We absolutely got this. Oh, they know who I am. We're getting ballsy. How did you accidentally buy 14 Team Rocket's petrol IRL? Kilometers? Well, no, like Lucario wants maximum belt. Dragapult wants unfair stamp. Like, that's the reason you're seeing unfair stamp everywhere, is that Dragapult wants unfair stamp. I only played 11 basics in the deck. Why wouldn't I mull it? Oh, no. I don't care. This is going to be Dragapult, and they have everything. And I have a Dawn start. Yes, Gazer Beam. If you're wondering why you're losing with that deck, it's because you built it. Okay, I think this is... I'm going to go out on a limb and say this might be Alakazam. I'm not sure, but I think this might be Alakazam. Oh, it's Alakazam with Togekiss. And Jagbomb, thank you for the reminder. Uh-oh. When your opponent flips over 4 Dunsparce turn 1, I think that's a sign you should just give up on life. Okay, so let's go for Doublade, Aegislash. I can still win. It's just almost impossible. Like, if this isn't... No, I just have to take the knockout and then hope they can't do anything for a turn or two. A Timmy turn or two. But with a quad Dunsparce start, right? They didn't even play anything. That's the crazy thing. They had 4 Dunsparce in their opening hand. How is that even possible? I mulliganed once with 11 or 12 basics in my deck. I probably have more basics in my deck than them, and they started 4 Dunsparce and an Abra and didn't play any items. Hopefully that means their hand is terrible, but I think that's the only way that I could win this matchup is if I... Oh, and they have bosses. That is great, because I can just air balloon. We got the air balloon off the prizes. This is going to be a win. Yeah, this has always been Alakazam's problem, is if you don't get off to a good start, you do lose. But if you get off to a good start, you win. So let's get rid of that and that. We're going to go for, unfortunately, Meowth. And I have to go for, I guess, Lilies or something. Because they did waste a bosses early, which is great for us. I will go for Lilies just to save everything else for later. Because hopefully this is a bunch of items. I will take it. This is actually horrible, but we'll take it. Boss the Abra, that would have made sense. That would have made way too much sense. We want to give them hope. Clearly they have an unplayable hand. Boobs on toast? Nah, we got to give them hope. You know, when you'd think you would have more appreciation for a broad, given that your name is Boobs on Toast. Huh? You like that one? Huh? You should probably sub for that one. All right. Oh, they have Lily's Clefairy. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait. Who? What? They're... Okay, I guess this is just in case you get judged or something. I guess that's just more of a safety precaution than anything else. I assume that's like a safety precaution situation where you, well, you play Wondrous Patch, so I guess it's just like, oh, I have to be careful. We have to be careful that we don't suck any butts today. So I guess their list has maybe more than 1 or 2 Wondrous Patch. Maybe they have like 3 or 4 Wondrous Patch. And they've been in a situation where they've been stamped a couple times. Yeah, there's Clefairy. There's, Dragapult after you get stamped. Lucario if you don't want to put too much effort into it. So, like, yeah, you don't see this often, but I actually don't mind it, right? If you play Wondrous Patch, just have like 2 or 3 Wondrous Patch instead of 1 or 2, and you'll be fine. It's just, it's a little shocking. I've never seen that before. Yeah. The quad start and then nothing afterwards. Yeah, honestly, you're right. I do not mind it whatsoever. Actually, let's get a Fez. It's actually quite intelligent. I agree. Now that I've thought about it, I agree. You know, it's just as soon as you jerk off with your knee, that's when it's like, what? But then once you've calmed down a little bit, then you're like, oh, I get it. But I would prefer it if, you know, they had a playable hand so I could get a YouTube game. Okay, well, I'll put them out of their misery. I'll put them out of their misery. We go retreat. Boom. And I actually have an Instagram, but I stopped uploading to it because the Instagram Reels weren't doing anything. So I only upload to YouTube Shorts and TikTok now. It doesn't, they were all, oh wow, we prized everything in that matchup. And we still won because I'm the GOAT. Yeah, Instagram Reels, I don't like Instagram Reels because you can't schedule them. Number one, you can't schedule them. And number two, nobody liked them, right? Nobody watched them. TikTok, I'm getting, 10K views on some of the TikToks. The YouTube Shorts get like 20,000 views. So I'm going to keep it to TikTok and YouTube, and we'll just forget the Instagram Reels exist. Okay. And I have seen the stuff about Meowth not being able to attack. So if you haven't seen the Reddit or Twitter or anything, I've seen the posts about Meowth not being able to attack. It seems like it's something to do with Venusaur. No, not Facebook threads. Oh, wow. What a start. What a start with the triple ignition. The triple ignition start with a fighting gong. Doesn't get better than that. But yeah, so the Meowth, if you try to attack with Meowth in a Mega Venusaur deck after you Mega Venusaur to it, it doesn't seem to allow you to do that for some reason. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we're just gonna go for the Luna. I guess we go for the Solrock? I don't know. Because we're off to a rip-roaring start here. I don't check TikTok comments, so if they deleted it, that's on them. What? I have what? 3 or 4 Pokepad. Oh, it's Alakazam again. So it's the opposite now. Now I didn't even get a good start. I was going to say, now it's the opposite, but I didn't even get a good start. I think we're about to concede. I'm staring into someone's crystal balls, and I sense a concede. If we don't top deck Lilies, I think it's just going to be a quick concede here. Okay, I mean, then sure. I mean, we thin 2 cards out of the deck. I have a Doublade to do 60 damage next turn. Maybe something will happen, right? Maybe something good will happen. Probably not, but you never know. You don't cook spaghetti. You baste it. You marinate it. And Incineroaring, yeah, that's my favorite part too. Like I didn't face Alakazam, I think, once in the climb to Master League. It was just Lucario and Dragapult like all day. I mean, because they have a Fez, we have a chance, but I think let's just they got it. We know they got it. Let's just move on. 6-9. We're 6-9. And the stream will not end until I get another YouTube game, okay? Good or bad, the stream will not end until I get another YouTube game. Titalius Johnson. That's a name. Titalius Johnson. All right, well, we're going first. We're going to get a playable hand. You know, imagine playing the Lunatone Solrock engine to draw cards, and you never find anything. Oh, wow. We got everything except... we got everything except the cards that we needed. I mean, I guess I just have to make them think this is a Lucario deck. I'm not chronically online, Jose, so I have no idea. All right. I mean, we have 7. We have 6 or 7. Okay. Yeah, baby. 7-9, baby. The stream's never gonna end. The stream that, to be fair, I can't blame them, because you see a Lunatone Solrock, you just assume that they have it like that. All right, so Alfie PJ 2009, yay. So this is a child. Alfie PJ 2009, yay. Yeah, like I don't purposely go out of my way to only show wins. Like, I show losses when they're good. The problem is that most of the losses, the opponent, you know, it's because PDCGL absolutely screwed me over. The opponent took forever. You know, there's just a lot of variables that go into... This would have been an amazing starting hand. Yeah. I mean, Tarragon wouldn't even touch this minor. This is one minor that Tarragon wouldn't want to tell OSHA, but I don't even know. And, I mean, I'll take it, I guess. I am going first. So I guess we just go Hone Edge and see if it's probably a Lucario deck. Yeah, exactly. Or the, you know, the Jellicent game where no one wants to watch me play Jellicent for the millionth time. And Zeus. Hey, they started me out. That's great. All right, well, we're about to confuse our opponent, I think. I think I just keep everything in my hand. Yeah, good. There you go, Dark. So yeah, good losses are rare. Like, if it's a hard-fought battle where it's like, it came down to the last turn, where everything was back and forth and was really good, then that's great. But it's like, my games have just been, oh, they have it and I don't. Or they're playing Jellicent and nobody wants to watch Jellicent do nothing for 10 turns. Or, yeah, they have the Pikachu that does nothing for 3 turns even though they had knockout. And the Lucario loss was actually a good match. Which one? That was a win. What do you mean? That was a win. The Zygarde one? That was a win. Okay, so are they about to tuck tail? They're gonna tuck tail. Oh my goodness. This is the rarest of moments where my opponent is going to tuck tail. It never happens, but they are about to tuck some tail. Yeah, I'm not going to Morty for one. I have never seen anybody tuck tail this early in the game. But, I mean, 60 damage, put it back into your hand. I can't blame them. You know, clearly they don't have a great start, but... I mean, they're going to tuck tail. I really hope they get a Buddy Puffin or something. Mr. Darkside, remember, Meowth is a basic, so Ignition Energy won't work with it. Ignition only works with evolutions. So the answer would be no, but don't you worry. We're going to win this game. They're going to fill up their bench. They're going to have all the things. But I think the fact that they didn't just have it all right off the bat is good for us. But okay, this is great. This is great. That is less great. Am I about to Morty's for 2? that has to be a no, right? I can't. Right? They can't win the game next turn. If they take a knockout, you know, I'll get a prize. Right? They have committed to the Meowth play. They're going to have 3 energy in their hand, which is really bad because now they can't Crispin. I'm just hoping that they play Lilies. This is one Uh-oh. This is one situation where I actually want my opponent to Lilies and fill up their bench because I'm relying on Mortys. There's the Dustlops. If they go for the Hone Edge KO, I'm okay with that. I'm less okay about that, though. I am less okay about that. Okay, so we can potentially win the game this turn if we have the greatest turn in history, or we can get an air balloon, or that is something that could happen. Well, sure. This is fun. We're having fun, right? We're all having fun. The one time we face a Dragapult deck that doesn't have it, and it's the one time where we want them to have it. So much fun. It's only Morty. Yeah, I should have Mortied for 2. Yeah, I should have Mortied for 2 when I had the chance. But it would have been like an air balloon and a fighting energy. Okay, but we're also leaving them in a spot where they can win the game. You know, they can just Dust Noir. They can, you know, evolve into Dust Noir, knock out the Lunatone, then Jet Headbutt. But I can tell you right now, this ain't the one in the YouTube video. We need one more freaking game for the YouTube video. That's it. I will not be able to get it up tonight because there just won't be any time because I gotta... Okay, there's Dust Noir. Is this another Dragapult player who doesn't see it? And there you go. No, they should have just gone for Dust Noir, unless they must have prized it because some decks only have 1 copy. But they have to blow up their Dustlops to get it out of the active. Oh, okay, so maybe now they see it? Maybe now they see it and they're like, oh. Yeah, I think now they see that they have Dust Noir for game, so I'll get the concede ready. Oh, wait, what? They definitely prized it. All right, that's fine. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that they have to do it this way. And also, I'm about to Morty's for 2 again. Ah, yes, the old Morty's for 2. My old friend. But we got the Solrock. Okay, there you go. I'm assuming they just prize Dust Noir or something. Okay. Sure. There's a Fighting Dong. I guess we go... I probably should Morty's first. Because if I can bump that stadium, that'd be great. And we didn't bump the stadium. Awesome. Okay, so we have to get rid of that Risky Ruins or else the game is over. That is not a getting rid of a Risky Ruins. That is the opposite of getting rid of Risky Ruins. All right, so we have to get rid of you. I have to go for my Fez. And we would really like it if we could bump that Risky Ruins. That'd be super duper poggers of you. Not even sure I play a stadium, but it's a little late to check. I'm assuming I don't play a stadium. Yeah, we don't even play a stadium. There you go. Okay. As long as they don't have bosses, we'll be fine. As long as they don't have bosses, everything is awesome. Digging for gold. Yeah, I guess it's just Cosmic Beam and see what happens. As long as they don't have bosses, we're fine. Should I have gone for a 3rd Hone Edge? Probably, but I think the game's out of reach if they just bosses anyway. So I don't think we can win if they do have bosses. But if they have to go, attach, no Crispin. And then, of course, you play your Buddy Poffin when I had Morty's. Of course. Of course. But I do have Psyduck. Again, Risky Ruins knocks it out, because that's fun. They're going to knock out a Hone Edge, unless they go for the Lunatone, if they don't know what the Hone Edge or the Doublade does. But I think you leave the Lunatone for like a Monkey Dory, because we know they play Darkness Energy. Oh! Okay. I was not expecting them to go for the Lunatone there. So we have Doublade. I don't quite know what to do now, because all we're doing is getting freaking energy. All right, so let's go. I have Lana's Aid, which is really good. Let's Fez first, hope for some goodness, cry when we don't get it. And then I have to... I mean, I can't... I have to put Psyduck down. Psyduck has to go down this turn. So then it should be get rid of Gong and Switch. Get the one Genesect. And then, thankfully, the Dragapult has 70 damage on it. So we can go... Yeah, we can get 2 of these. I have an Aegislash and a Hone Edge in the discard pile. All right, let me just quickly do the math. Yeah, right. So we have... So do I have to do 300? I do 240. Yeah, we have to do 300. And I have to go and get a Psyduck. So this essentially has to be these 3. We have to Pokepad for Psyduck, because that is a game-losing card for us if we don't. And I can't evolve into this Doublade. The problem is if 6... Yeah, I think I have to evolve into the Doublade. Because if I don't, they can just win next turn by crispening. If they crispin. So that 70 damage definitely came back to help me. But this Dragapult matchup is really dragging on, huh? You might say this matchup is dragging on. And YouTube audience, I cut out the start of the match because it was just very weird. I had Mortys for 1 or 2 for like 5 turns in a row. They had to use Tuck Tail. Yes, it was the first. You missed the first ever Tuck Tail off of a Crispin. They are very low on resources right now. I prized my Genesect because of course I did. I can't tell what the hell any of their cards are because they're playing a fully no gold Pokepad though. No gold Pokepad. Okay, but we can do this. I have 2 Ignition Energy. I have to hope they don't have, just because they can just take the knockout with your Cloak on Doublade. They don't even need a Dragapult to take the knockout. But they would have Jet Headbutt, which is very bad. So I assume this will be a Petrol for... Oh, crap. Oh, man, that's terrible. Because I was literally just... if I didn't prize my other Genesect, we would have been totally fine. That is bad. If they get... Oh, that's really bad. Okay, but they are item locking, which is terrible. But we're fine. We're fine. How can we not be fine? Lilies. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. All right, we're going for it. We're going for it. Lilies, I choose you, baby. You can suck my butt, Lily. That is totally unfair. All right, well, I think we're going to Lily's next turn, too. So... if they have bosses, we lose. But no, we can't lose because they would have to have bosses Crispin or bosses Rosas. I am so happy that Countercatcher is gone. It's kind of crazy that Countercatcher is gone and Dragapult is still number 1. But then when we have special red card with Chaos Rising, it just gets so much better. If you checked out my latest YouTube short, you already know that Dragapult gets better with special red card and Patrat to stop your Monkey Dory from monkeying around. So yes, it's going to be quite unfair. And there's the Dragapult. I assume they're just going to Jet Headbutt. And as long as they don't have a Rosas, we'll be okay. Okay. Not sure why they didn't just retreat and take the knockout. Oh my god. Okay, lilies, all you need to do is give me an ignition energy. You gave me a million much, much earlier, and then you've decided, hey, what if I never did that anymore? All right. We have Hilda, so there's no reason to attach the fighting. But I guess just to get it out of the deck, I should. Right? Just to at least threaten an attack here. But the problem is, I had to put the Hone Edge down. They're going to knock out Doublade Psyduck. And then I have to just hope here. But I had to put the Hone Edge. Oh, wait. Yeah, they had game. Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. Of course. The stream is going until I win a game that's YouTube worthy. Hopefully within 30 minutes because I have a pedicure appointment. 24-hour stream, baby. Okay, let's switch. You know, maybe Steven's Metagross is the secret sauce. You know, maybe that is the secret sauce that I haven't basted myself with. We're going Steven's Metagross. Vitalicize. We're going to go second. Here we go. We're playing the Steven's Metagross build. I believe we're getting that turn 1 trolley, baby. Turn 1 trolley all day. Hey, that is a turn 1 trolley, but we did start a Hone Edge, which isn't great. PB&J, yeah, you missed it earlier. Ooh, it's Hops Trevenant. Crap. As long as they have to put down a multi-prizer, we should be okay. Because Hops Trevenant can't knock out a Genesect. So we should be fine. The fact that they had to mulligan twice. We have the turn 1 trolley. Okay, we have bosses. This is really good. And yeah, I'm so excited to play this deck probably like next week because this week is the end of good new decks from Perfect Order. I might try Salazzle and Diggersby and a couple other crappy things, but it might be like next week we play Trevenant. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good matchup. This is going on the YouTube video no matter what. PDCGL is trying to tempt me, or they might be trying to tell me something that I prize my trolley, but I've never prized trolley before. See, I told you. We never prize trolley with this deck. I think this is a really good matchup. I just go Jenny, Hone Edge, Beldum. No, we probably don't want double Genesect. We probably want double Beldum, and then... but Badoo is also not great. Badoo is kind of bad, but it does shut them off from doing anything. Okay, so what's the worst thing that could happen here? I think the worst thing that could happen is they knock out a Beldum. Yeah, calm down. Okay, so I think honestly in this situation, I give them a Beldum. Right? It might seem a little weird, but I think I retreat, give them a Beldum. I Metallic Signal for, yeah, we go for a Metagross and a Doublade. And end turn. So this seems like a very good matchup for us. Because they have to get either Choice Band or Postwick. If they don't get Choice Band or Postwick, then they have to hope for heads on Splashing Dodge. What I would do is I would Petrol for Rare Candy, go into the Metagross. Oh, but then we don't have anything, which is slightly unfortunate. And there's a Zacian. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I'm not quite sure why they didn't just attack with Phantump. Yeah, they could have just attacked with Phantom and taken the knockout on the Beldam, tried to flip heads. Okay. Very confused by their line of play here. Because, okay. I guess they really want 30 damage on someone on the bench. Why would you retreat? I'm very confused by their line of play here. Because I think 100 times out of 100, you just take the chance there, right? You just take the chance that you're going to get it like that. Because they can't one-shot a Metagross. This thing has 340 hit points. There's no one on their side of the field that can... And Seto, perfect timing. Yeah, that was... Zacian should never hit the field. There's rarely a time when I play Trevenant where I'm like, oh man, I really wish I had Zacian. No, you 100% attach the Choice Band to a Phantom. You do 70 damage, you take the knockout, and you hope for heads. If not, oh well, you're doing 210 damage the following turn. So obviously Fezandipity on the field is no bueno. I really wish I didn't have Fezandipity on the field. But it's actually totally fine because they can't knock out my Genesect. They have to have all 4 pieces if they want to knock out my dude. And I have a bosses in my hand. And we just got the rare candy like that, which is absolutely freaking goated. Oh no. Imagine if I accidentally evolved into the Aegislash. That would have been a huge oopsie, as the kids these days would say. All right, so 1, 2... Probably should have put it on this one because, you know, the one in the active has a... Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That was my bad. All right, so let's go Psychic Energy on you. Weaponized Swords, because... Actually, does it make more sense to go for the Latias here? Let's go Petrol. We'll Petrol here just to, I guess, get like a Kofu or something. Or no, we'll get the Air Balloon. Just to be safe. And Weaponized Swords. I will only show them the 4 Aegislash. I will not show them the Doublade. But Seto, as you can tell from the win-loss record, it's been a really weird day. The losses haven't been worth putting in the YouTube video. This is great. This is what I've wanted the entire time, but I've just been playing Doublade for almost 3 hours, and it's just been, you know, 7 and 10. Some of those are just, I had dead hands, some they had dead hands. I instant conceded against a couple Alakazam decks just because they had it like that. There was an Alakazam deck that started quad Dunsparce, and then nothing after that. And Alolan Executor Mega Zygarde. I'd rather play Mega Audino with Zygarde. But I do have to be able to loop attackers. But that's fine, because I have my Stevens Metagross. That can attack at some point. I could use this to knock out... Uh-oh. Okay, that is not good. They are taking the knockout, but I have Pokepad. Oh, no. Okay, Huh. So in this situation... Okay, wait, who are they going for? Because they don't have the knockout yet. They need a Choice Band. Do they not know that they need a Choice Band to take the KO, or are they just going straight on vibes here? Oh, they got it, okay. Wow, that was an insane turn. Oh, they do 220. Oh, I always thought it was 210. Oh, wow, my math skills are great. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to have to use Metal Stomp, which is not the worst thing in the world. And then we top deck that. All right, so let's go Metallic Signal. And yeah, we have to get these guys. Obviously, it's not great if I have to expose my Metagross. But like, what choice do I have? Not really much choice here. So I'll just put 3. I know for a fact they cannot knock out my Metagross next turn, right? Even if they have like an Ursaluna, the Metagross is surviving. I could also just show... I could just use Weaponized Swords right now. But then they could just knock out like the Genesect, right? Then they could just... They're just a Genesect away from winning, so I want to try to stop them from being able to take prizes next turn. If I can buy myself 1 turn, because that last hand had everything. If they weren't able to find, you know, Unfair Stamp out of their 32-card deck, where they've done nothing, we would have been totally fine. So I think I'm just in a situation where if they don't take a knockout this turn, if they don't just have the bosses, I should probably win. Because I know I have 2 bosses in the deck. I can Night Stretcher for Fez if we get a Night Stretcher. We're going to hopefully get something. Like, it's very, very likely that we win this game. Unless that unfair stamp turns out to be truly, truly unfair. Or if they, you know, are able to splashing dodge and do all the things. Yeah, they know that they can go for the Genesect. So I think that's them conceding this turn. So I was right. I was right to send up the Metagross. Uh-oh. Well, that's good, because there's no counter catcher or prime catcher or anything that could help them here. I do find this card to be too much of a hassle. Like, it's great when you draw hassle at the right time, but if it's your supporter to start the game, you're like, you could have been a Lilies. Right? You could have been a Lilies, and then it's just like you're just a dead card at the start of a game, and you only look at the top 8. I wish you were a better card, Hassle. You're too much of a hassle. Okay, Horror Revenge. Here we go. All I need to do to win the game is find a bosses, and that is literally a bosses. So I will get everything out of the deck. We thin everybody out of the deck. We get all the energy out of the deck as well. And then I just petrol for bosses and then hope they don't have a judge. It is that simple. It is so simple, even an idiot could come up with this plan. I will attach that there. Then we go petrol for bosses. Please, please don't judge me. I mean, even if they judge me, we could still win. All right, we take the KO. We have bosses for game next turn. There is no way they can win the game this turn unless they have a Terra. If they have, I'm trying to think, is there any spicy, if they have Briar and a Terra, they could win. But that's it? Yeah, there's that. Splashing Dodge can't take a knockout, unfortunately. Splashing Dodge can only do 90 maximum, right? Or is it 100 and... Wait, it can do 100. Yeah, 100 maximum. 100. Thank you. Yes, math. No! No, that's fine. Wait, that's fine. Bosses is fine. Their Cramorant is useless. No! Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like... Okay, no, everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Okay. And we got... This is literally the perfect hand. We could not have grabbed a perfect hand off of a judge. Because we have double Genesect. We have a Hone Edge. Oh, the unfair stamp was crazy territory. Okay, but to be honest, Trevenant should have won this game. Yeah, well, you know I can't do math kilometers. Judge is alive. Well, that's why I think Judge is more balanced, because this would have been an I&O, and a bosses would have gone to the bottom, but a Judge, you can get the same cards back. And there's a Tofu that I better not use, or else I'm going to lose the game. So most of the time, a Hops Trevenant deck will win this matchup because it's just so much better. The problem they made was putting things like Latias and Fezandipity and Zacian down. You never put down a multi-prizer unless you absolutely have to. And them putting down multi-prizers cost them the game. Because, you know, they got the unfair stamp at the perfect time. They got Judge at the perfect time. If they didn't put any multi-prizers down, they win. The only reason that you play Snorlax, the only reason you play Latias is so you can retreat a Snorlax in case they try to trap it. But all they had to do was just tank with 4/4 Trevenant the entire game, have Snorlax down, and they win. So let that be a lesson. Do not put oh my god, why do they blink? Why do they just pulsate and blink and breathe and stuff? Oh god. Yeah, just never put down multi-prizers in a Trevenant deck unless you absolutely have to, because we would have lost that game. But I am the master tree trunker. Video's over. Subbing like the I don't know. Bad things are happening here. Trevin, there we go. The blinking is oddly unsettling. Well, hey, back in my day, back in the day when Seto's toes were even more nice, you know, you wouldn't think it's possible. Back in the day, Seto's toes were even nicer. Back in the day, the avatars were just always there. The avatars were always there. It took them a year to realize that, hey, maybe having creepy avatars just staring at you and blinking and breathing heavily isn't a good idea. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that that's a terrible idea? And Seto, hey, send me some pictures and I can give you some tips. Just send me pictures from every angle and just every angle, up and down, you know, put them in the air. What is this start? I mean, I guess I give them the Beldum? No, it should be the Genesect, I guess. And Seto, oh, I know. I know. I watch it every day. Yeah, the things, if you check the chat history with me and Seto on Discord, it's something. It is definitely one of the chats of all time. The images and videos he sends me. And Jose, yeah, you remember. But it's good. You know, there's a recorded, they're there for posterity. They're there forever. Nothing can take them away from me. All right, I'm assuming you're playing a grass deck. Just a wild guess. Wow, they've just got all the energy. Okay, they must have, okay. Did they check their deck? Are they a sicko who checks their deck to see if there's cards in them? I am wondering how I win this game, though. That's not it. All right, I'm not quite sure how we win this game, but there's always a chance when... Okay, that's not it. We have to go for a Hone Edge, that's for sure. I don't want to put my Fez into play quite yet, because if I put the Fez down, they're going to be like, oh, I don't want to take the knockout. That would be stupid. So we're just going to pretend like maybe we don't got it like that. But in reality, we do got it like that. Oh, wow, we prized 2 Metagross EX. That's great. Okay, is it worth attaching any energy anywhere? I feel like it's not. But let's just end turn. Most likely, they're just going to hit into my active Genesect. I probably should have attached the energy to the active, just because then I could retreat if completely necessary. It would have given me a way to retreat, but it looks like they're going to get a Meganium. We know there's multiple energy in their hand. So, oh, it's our Balava. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, they have to choose which one they want to go for. Right? They can't knock out both. They have to decide. Do they go for the Beldum or do they go for the Hone Edge? I would imagine they go for the Beldum, and now I'm regretting heavily going for... Oh, God. Oh, no. I have regrets. I have some regrets right now. Okay, we'll play one more game after this. You know, we'll play them. Of course, we don't face Ogerpon when we play the Moltres build. That would make too much sense. Oh, geez, Rick. Oh, geez. Oh, they really stuck their... oh, my feet are covered in an oil salvo, Rick. All right, I think they're going to go for the Beldum. Why was that such a good impression? Because I'm secretly Justin Roiland. You see, I'm secretly the voice actor. You know, I put hours of work into that impression. And then we put the Fez down. We just thin everybody out. I think that impression kind of turned into that teen from The Simpsons by the end there. And it really hurt. I told you, when I get to 1,000 paid subs. 1,000 paid subs, it'll happen every day. Every day. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're just going to another game here. Even, you know, the stupid Arbalava. That's why Arbalava has a chance. No, Seto, I've told you. For the longest time, I have told you. That was always going to be 1,000 subs. Okay, we're going to play the Crispin build that makes absolutely no sense, but if it works, I'm a genius. The Crispin build that is terrible, but if it works, I look like the smartest person on the planet. Eraser Tricour. Yeah, that deck also, that's also a trolley build, by the way. For those of you wondering how I failed to get basics, that is a trolley build of the deck. It's because we got an Azul raid. And it's just all the people sticking around hoping for a feat reveal when they know it's never going to happen. But that was an Azul raid. Okay, we start the Dunsparce. This is great. And Sato. Okay, that's a drop in the bucket, Sato. I appreciate it as always, but that's a drop in the bucket. That's a drop in the chum bucket. Don't worry. It's gonna be a while. Somebody named Goon TCG just followed, by the way. Is that your alt, Sato? And Sato, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That's why you should do that. That's why you should do that thing that the guy who played Jizzo on Yu-Gi-Oh did. You should mark your cards so you know under a black light. That way you know they're yours when they're under a black light. Oh, this is a winnable matchup. Yeah, I exactly. It's created 41 seconds ago. Following, yeah, made a minute ago. I see, I told you. All right, so Hone Edge, Pokepad, and let's go get the, I guess the other Hone Edge or something, right? We are all gooners. All right, let's punish the Crustal deck. Let's absolutely destroy the Crustal deck today. Press 1 if you want to see me just absolutely bottle a... Oh, wow, we prized a Hone Edge. That's not great. All right, well, you're probably not doing anything next turn. And I do have a Hilda. So I guess I just go get the Dunsparce and see what happens. All right, well, that's fine. We have no items in hand. Goon, I mean, I'll play Talonflame at some point. I don't think it's good. I don't think there's any control deck that is currently good right now. Because the meta is so diverse and the control cards aren't very good, like Talonflame's a coin flip. You have to put Turtonator in the active, or, you know, Crustal or Sylveon or something. Yeah, it's just, there's just no good control deck you can build. Oh, wait, what? Are they playing the Aurorus? They're playing a... Oh, wait, no, that's Tyrantrum. Wait, what? The Aurorus would make sense. The Tyrantrum doesn't. I am so confused right now. Yeah, I guess Tyrantrum Mill. Crustal Tyrantrum Mill. Ah, yes. The old Crustal Tyrantrum Mill. Just as I expected. Just as I expected we would find today. Goon. Not as easy as you think. Yeah, but I can knock it out. So I'm not as concerned. I can definitely just knock it out. Pelican meat sandwich. Is Pelipper your favorite? Is Pelipper your favorite Pokemon? Yeah, we just need one. We just need one dude. As long as they don't have everything they need, we'll be fine. But even if they do, I kept it a Dunsparce because I'm goated like that. We also have Crispin. Oh, I guess I should have... I guess what I should have done is Moltres the Badoo. That's what I should have done. If I had the option, I would have gone Pokepad for Moltres for fire. Because this is going to get a little etch-a-sketchy here when I only have 4 Ignition Energy. Oh, so they put the effect on the Fossil? Because fossils can't retreat or be affected by special conditions. So I guess they put the retreat lock on the Fossil? Which I guess kind of makes sense. And yeah, I was looking at Mammospine EX. Hey, we'll play one more. See if we can get to 10 wins. So yeah, this has just been the stream. It's just been such a weird stream. And what are we, like 10 point? We're 20 points away from level 402. Okay, so and 255 for level 402. John Nine. John Nine. John Nine. All right, more or less, I would say this is a cursed stream because the wins weren't good, the losses weren't good. Doublade never could get it up at the right time. Yeah, tomorrow is Mega. Oh, God. I mean, if all we do is face Lucario and Dragapult, we still probably lose. Yeah, not having Pidgeot and TM Evolution is really bad. Not having... yeah, you have Blaziken, but that's not good. You know, just... Mamoswine's just not in a great spot. Oh, it's Salazzle. Oh, wait, what? Salazzle Camerupt? We might actually lose this one, by the way. If they have a fire energy, we do lose. No, it's Salazzle. I have to go into the Dunsparce. I mean, I could go into the Moltres, and actually, no, the Moltres would still get knocked out. All right, well, let's go Hilda for Ignition Doublade. And hey, I'll be playing it soon. I'll be regretting my decisions very, very soon. Yeah, I guess I just attach and put 10 damage on it. I don't know. I think it has 260. But they're going to go into the dude. I can knock out anything they send my way, just not now. Right? If they have energy Salazzle, we probably lose the game. But they did Pokegear for a bosses, which might behoove us. But I Hilda'd for nothing good. I have triple the Dunsparce in my hand. No, we are not playing the Ascended Hero. Wait, is it Ascended Heroes? I'm not playing the stupid Lapras EX that needs 11 energy to one-shot Dragapult. Diamond Domain will not after what happened to his balls. You know, we're taking a bit of a break. You know, he forgot the safe word. I told him he needs to remember the safe word. He forgot, and then look what happened. He popped one of his balls, and, you know, that's the end of that story. Oh, wow. So we just win now because they're not here anymore. All right, I will take it. I will absolutely take this hand. Jagbomb, I'm never going to remember that. I will never, ever remember that. Sure, let's play Crispin, even though I only have a fire energy to get. So I guess we just go for a Dunsparce in this situation. Just to have as much card draw as possible, because we have the knockout on the Salazzle, which is great. And then we just go Weaponized Swords for 60. See, I told you the 10 damage would be good, even though they're not here. So we'll play one more. Maybe we'll get to 11 wins, not that it affects the win-loss counter. Because I don't think they're here. I do not think they're here. Should I just update the thingy thing? And Diamond Domain, do you even know who... Do you know who I am? Do you even know who I am? I am the only creator who has been on PTCGL since day one and never went back to PTCGO. What do you mean, how long? How long have I been playing this one? Everyone migrated day one. Oh, they're still... Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? I was not expecting this. There was a lot of cards I was expecting them to play in this deck. I was not expecting Kangaskhan and Pheasantipity. Yeah, I was the only one. You know, Mahone, Azul, everyone, they came crawling back to PTCGO because this game was terrible. Who's the only one who stayed? Who's the only one dumb enough to stay in this game? That was me. That was me. 4 years, all of my brain cells, all gone. Everything's gone. All right, well, I guess I just dawn for Genesect at this point. Or I could go for the Fez. But I guess, yeah, just Genesect, Doublade, Aegislash. Yeah, sure, let's attach the Psychic to you. Why not? And then we go Weaponized Swords. And, no, I got banned. You know, it's not my fault people don't wear socks. You know, you can't fault me for looking. You know, so I'm not allowed to. All right, so I think I just have to roll with the Lucario, Venusaur, and Trevenant games in the YouTube video because I don't really want to play Doublade any longer. It's just not very good. And Ryusham, no, remember, the deck is INO proof. The deck is shuffle proof. So you don't have to worry about special red card or judge or unfair stamp in a Gorobus deck because it's after your Pokemon is knocked out. So red card does not affect it whatsoever. All right, so I guess they just go into Salandit. It's not horrible. Like, it's great against Mega decks. It's exactly what I thought it was. Kilometers, there you go. Right? It's not horrible. It's just there's too many better single prize decks, which is what really holds it back. All right, well, I guess we just wait. As long as I can get a thingy thing. As long as I... Wait, they went into the Kangaskhan? Wait, what? Why was going to the Kangaskhan? Okay, was not expecting that. I was expecting many things. I was not expecting them to go into the Kangaskhan. Okay. There's probably a correct order to do this in, but I'm just going to go for the Oh, crap. All right, well, let's just... No, right, we go Pheasantipity first. This is the correct order. Fez first. Okay, and then probably Morty's. We Morty's now. We Morty's away the Pokegear. This is an absolutely goated turn. I will... Yeah, we want to go to Dunsparce because I have to take this knockout. I might need some recovery, though. Which I don't know if I have. Probably should have Buddy Poff in there. Uh-oh. Am I not going to have it? Do I not have it? Hang on. If we go Buddy Poffin for Dunsparce. Ah, jeez. No, I think I have it. I think I have it. Right? Because I have double Genesect plus a Pokepad. And that'll do it. See, I'm pretty sure we have it. I just might not be able to bench another Honedge. But that's fine. No, because that's 300. Yeah, that's 360. So that's 360. And then we just put the Honedge down. See, I told you we could get there. And yeah, I play Recycler and Sacred Ash. I play Recycler because there's Crispin in the deck. And I have Moltres. I have Lily's Clefairy as backup attackers. You know, Moltres is just here to absolutely destroy Teal Masked Ogerpon and Genesect if someone's crazy enough to play a Genesect deck. Yeah, Okie dokies on the list. I still want to get through Perfect Order first, and then I'll, switch on over to post-rotation decks. But, like, that might be next week, because there's barely anything in Perfect Order. And Zerosic makes a lot of decks sad. So, yeah, I will get the Doublade video up tomorrow. I'll probably work on the YouTube short, because we're about to hit level 402. Well, I'm gonna leave myself a note. This was overall just a really weird stream where I faced a lot of single prize decks, almost no Mega Lucario. Yeah, but the Mega decks, but I beat every Mega deck. Yeah, like, I think I beat every Mega deck that we came across. And Goon, when Chaos Rising comes out, there's the big catch net. That'll help Misty's Gyarados immensely. but I mean, not really, but like Sacred Ash and Big Catchnet are huge for the deck. Because Sacred Ash puts 5 back in the deck. Big Catchnet is 3 energy, 3 Pokemon. And they rage quit. I mean, I would do the same thing. But yeah, this was overall just a really weird stream where I faced a lot of single prize decks, but I beat every Mega deck and even ended with a 10 and 11 record. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. There we go, 10 and 11. And Diamond Dust, I haven't really played Zoroark at all, even though it's much better. Boobs on Toast, yeah, you can only discard Misty's Pokemon. So I got to 10 wins. Again, nobody bet on 10 wins. And Kelsey, thank you for the sub. Great timing, because we're going to hit level 402. Obviously, the reward at level 402 is absolutely amazing. You don't get any prestige. It's going to be great. What? What? So there you go. Yeah, that's what happens when you hit level 402. Level 402 at 3:05 of the stream. You get nothing. So yeah, none of the lists felt particularly great. Like none of the lists felt better than the other. None of the lists felt better than the other. It was mostly just matchup dependent. There's many better single prize decks. There's many better single prize decks. So they ran out of crystals to give you. No, that's just what happens when you prestige. You get nothing for a couple levels. But yeah, like look at this. We're gonna be done the battle pass in like 2 more days, which is really funny. So yeah, let's see who's online to raid. Let's see if anyone pops up in my. No one ever pops up. I don't know why Twitch's automatic raid filter never says, hey, someone you normally raid is online. All right, so Auralore is online. I think Auralore has drops. Yeah, so we'll raid Auralore, one of the people who has drops. Unfortunately, I did not get drops, so I will be raiding and running because I can't. But no, just get the free stuff. Auralore is opening packs right now, so just watch, get some packs, and I will see you all tomorrow with the best deck, the best new Perfect Order deck. But it's going to be a raid and run, so you'll have to represent the community on my behest.